There we go. Tonight is episode 4 of the new D&D campaign in the Archipelago. Summarize roughly last session, it was mostly travel. From the Ivory Sands outpost, where you guys were rewarded with a show, amongst other things, from the travelling troupe that you guys helped unknowingly save. Boarded a merchant ship, heading westward. And you guys had planned and intended to get to the mines to the west. You guys took the offer that was given towards you guys and spent the next 4 or so days travelling there. No, it wasn't a terribly eventful affair, which is, depending on the waters you're in, good thing. But you did notice, Wade did notice, a ship was at least following the same path that you guys had been set upon. Getting to the south side of the shock mines and entering a rowboat that was given to you as the ship didn't wish to stop. You guys then rowed north to the banks, where you eventually saw the ship that would catch up to you, bearing the symbol of a silver fortress. The ship is seemingly heading in your direction as you guys are just getting yourselves onto the shoreline. You have a few minutes to do anything, not do anything. So, what are you guys doing?
Hide the rowboat. Probably a good shout.
It's currently, obviously for you guys to get onto the sands, it's beached at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
Drag it inland, yeah. Cover it or hide it in a bush.
How far away are they?
Make a survival check, real quick.
Mm-hmm. No. 12.
Probably a few 100 feet to a mile. They realistically, you guys aren't hidden. They can see you as an FYI, like you're on a beach. And they're coming pretty much directly at you guys.
If we don't want to encounter now, I suggest we just leg it. Like, they know we're here.
Well, we don't know for certain. I'd still say take the boat, hide it, and go.
Well, they can see us with the boat right now. What's the point of hiding it? Just waste time.
Takes them longer to track us down if they're coming from elsewhere.
But they can see us now, so why can't we just run now?
I have a look into the tree line and just see if there's anybody in there at the moment that's coming towards us, almost like pinning us.
Make a perception check.
You do?
Can't see anybody in the tree line. You know you're a good bit of walk away from the mines if you went eastward down the shoreline, but you can't see anybody immediately in the tree lines.
Yeah, there's 7 of us. If we all grab the boat and heave it up, it shouldn't take long.
Mm-hmm.
The ship obviously is getting ever closer, like it's not stopping. It is obviously slowing because it's a big boat. You guys, it's shallow waters, they don't want to beach themselves.
I suggest whatever we're going to do, I'm not in a terrible accent.
We go.
Grab the boat and pull.
Yes.
All right, just, go quick, do that.
All grabbing the boat?
Yeah.
All grabbing the boat, heaving it up.
Are you taking it, like, into the tree line, or are you, like, going down shore?
No, into the tree line.
Straight off. Yeah,
Okay.
out of sight.
I'm not going to make you all roll strength checks, because I think between the lot of you, you can. but obviously speed is limited.
Question: how do we know these people are hostile to us? It's
They're
just an
fucking
assumption.
hostile to me. They're fucking hostile to me.
Oh, so you have beef with these people?
That's the
Yes,
ship.
we'll fucking explain when we're away.
Okay, fair enough then. I'll help shift the boat as well.
And we did talk about this in the tavern. Like,
Yeah, does it mean that the same person's on that ship? That's what I'm just saying. So
Just out of curiosity, as you guys are all talking back and forth, grabbing the boat and looking at the ship, what's people's passives?
Oh.
Ooh,
13.
12. 10.
16.
11.
9 seconds. 14.
Wade.
at 16.
Okay. So anyone with a 15 or higher will notice this at this stage in time before you guys bolt. So that would be Vlad and Wade. You both notice that there is a person stood at the front of the ship looking at you guys. Two objects in hand. One glints off the sun, and like it creates like this like flare like of light as it like refracts back towards you guys almost. Not consistent, not doing any pattern, just like as something they're holding is shiny. The other hand is holding a pole aloft with a small bit of white fabric attached like a flag.
We still get to we still hide the boat and then
You can still act as you wish. I'm just this is something you would see.
Can I tell what's on the flag? Is it like a white flag or something?
Plain white.
It's a surrender flag.
I would point that out, and I'd say, "Okay, that's fine."
You Wade would recognise it as not a surrender flag. No, given it's essentially the equivalent of a parlay.
Well, that's okay. Parlay, fine. I'd point that out then as we're dragging the ship into.
I don't think you would necessarily know, Vlad, but Wade would. But yeah, that's fine.
I'd point out there's a white flag being waved.
Which I'd imagine at that point, because Josiah's the only other super nautical and of the inclined, would recognise the potential meaning for it. It can also mean surrender, but usually in stages like this, it can also mean let's talk.
As I'm dragging the boat up, I'll be going, guys, there's a white flag at the front of the boat. And you lot know nautical symbols or signs? Or I reckon that's surrender, or maybe I don't know.
It's a truce of sorts. So a parlay is a non-aggressive. Is it just to talk? I forget the specifics.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll meet in the middle. We'll have a discussion. We'll go our separate ways, and then whatever will be after that. It's a momentary. Let's speak. I mean, there are other interpretations of how a parlay can work, but that's the most common one. That's not the only one. It's just the most common. Because think like two armies or something as an example, and the two sets of generals would want to parlay. They would then usually meet away from the army with maybe a few like honor guard or something, talk to the enemy and talk to each other, and then go back to their armies afterwards.
Yeah, it's a way of trying to end the battle before the battle and such.
Many other things, but yeah, that too.
Josiah, you reckon it's a trap or?
Well, we give away our advantage of time to run away now if we go and parlay, and they might just parlay with us, even if they follow the parlay and just go, okay, well, we're coming to get you now. And we've lost our time advantage to run.
But there's no known reason as to why they would want to parlay. I'll get your point. If you want to run for it, but I still think we should.
There is still time for that.
Yeah.
I say we put it to a vote.
Fair enough. Those in favour of speaking to them?
I'd raise my hand.
I raise mine as well.
I think we should give him chance for peace.
I will raise my hand as well.
Do we need all the party here currently?
No, but I agree somewhat with our. I will point over to Vlad. They are offering a olive branch. No,
Maybe. Or at least
If-
information.
exactly.
If they want blood, i.e., you, then fair enough. We won't deal. But at least then we know. But police should be the first point of call.
Any nays, then?
Me.
We don't even know if that's for us. We could end up showing up and it's something entirely different.
I think
Yeah, we can
they're
heading
spite
straight
us.
for us. Yeah.
Yes, but that they might think they have a meeting on this beach.
All
Like-
I'll say is that they're the ones looking for tribute, and I think the captain dropped us off to be the tribute.
Mm-hmm.
And my concern is that they'll parlay and want a portion of us.
Mm.
And then we've given up our time advantage to fuck off right now.
Mm-hmm. I think it's better if we head out.
How close is the boat now, Danny?
I was
How close-
I was gonna say it's getting to a point where realistically, if you're going to run and get a good head start, it's now or
It's
never.
now.
It's
Yeah.
you either do it now, or if you choose to run later, it's going to be much more difficult to just simply slip away. I would say realistically, because the ship is now slowing, the sails are raised, apart from one at the back, and you can see the ship's now starting to turn, as it's getting ready to either. It could either broadside you, put its plank down. It could be avoiding shallow waters because it's currently coming head on at shallows. Again, the intentions are unclear. They could turn left, and you could assume that they're gonna get ready to like moor up next to you and come down and speak to you, or they could just turn left and just put 5 or 6 cannon shells through you.
Mm-hmm.
The question is,
We've had
given the situation, you don't know.
Yeah. We've had how many yeses and how many nos? So 3 yes to 2 nos.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Barnett's saying no. So Dax.
It's a hard one because you don't know if they're going to be hostile as soon as you land or not.
Then raise the white flag.
I take it you recognise the person on the front of the boat.
No. Too far away.
You can make perception rolls now to see if you're specifically looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll do that. So let's have a look. Perception. Give me something.
Oh, Vlad.
Oh, why couldn't I roll a crit when I rolled the friggin' D8, eh?
Vlad obviously is going to be the one to notice it first, and then
Yeah.
Dax, and then later Wade and Josiah. You see a person stood at the front of the ship. You can see like a black bandana tied around the head, so you can't like make out hair color, style, length. They're white. They're wearing what looks like a vest top of some description. Like it's like an off-white at this point, where it's clear it was white at some point. And you can see that in their left hand they're holding a spyglass, and in the right hand they're holding the flagpole. And you can hear that you can't hear what they're saying, but you can see the lips moving, and they're turning their head to the side as they're obviously shouting back and forth with other people. They keep looking through the spyglass at you guys while maintaining the right arm up, holding the flag.
So Dax, yes, no. Because you're the tiebreak.
I would obviously hand over that information, by the way, just to make sure everyone's up to date.
Have we got an escape plan in case things do turn hostile?
Nope.
We just abandoned that because we took too long to decide to run. We
You
don't
can
have
you
enough
can still run. It's
Just
just
now.
now. Well, you're about to lose the point where you're gonna have a massive advantage in running. It's not impossible to run. You're just losing the entire advantage if you choose to. At this point, it would almost be impossible to take the boat with you.
No, yeah, that was the point. Is just take the boat
Unless-
into.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the idea. Is
If you
take the
try
boat
taking the
into
boat and running at this point, you probably might get caught.
So is it not already with us at the tree line then?
The ship or the boat?
The boat.
Well, you've got the boat like off the shore. It's directly, but you all stood talking about what to do. You haven't gone. You haven't doing anything. Like I said, there's no rolls required to move the boat because between 7 of you, I don't think the rolls needed. It just, you can't go quick because trying to carry a big rowboat through trees, difficult.
We don't have enough information that we are at a severe disadvantage for any form of negotiation. I suggest we leave and then negotiate from a position of equal knowledge.
How far away was that port?
Mines, probably, you can't see it at the minute, but it's obviously wrapped around the coastline. Probably half-hour walk, maybe. You don't know. Could be more, could be less.
Perhaps retreating back into the forest or the tree line, and then maybe making
That's
the way
the
to the
idea.
mines.
So that's a no then, right? So no, the nays have it. We go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's head to the mines.
Are you
figure
taking
out
the
from there.
boat?
Sorry,
No.
sorry, did you say the mines?
This is the mining island, yeah.
Yeah, but we're going into the mines. Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
Well, no, just
No,
to the
no,
complex.
He was
like-
he was
Right,
asking
okay.
he was asking about where the complex is, where all the dock and the civilization is.
Into the jungle of the island first, we get them lost, and then we try and find what we want afterwards.
Yes. Let's
Let's
just fuck
go.
off.
Yes.
Are you
And
taking
we
the
go.
boat?
No.
Okay. Full sprint, then into stealth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stealth in the silent mode.
So at the last possible moment, you guys all drop the boat, and mixed opinions run into the tree lines, going dead ahead. You keep yourselves all in some form of line of sight so you don't lose each other. I'm not going to be that mean. And as you guys all turn to run, Vlad and Wade, you'll notice the flag just kind of half drops as you all like take off, and you would imagine it's probably being conveyed what you're doing. The ship is in the process of turning and getting as close to the shoreline as it can as you guys just disappear. You don't hear no shouts. They were still probably a little too far to make that work without any enhancements, like, is it prestidigitation or something?
Thaumaturgy.
That one. But yeah, you guys all take off. Just straight as far as possible, or do you, like, arc to one side or the other? Just query.
Probably arc a little bit left, if anything, probably further away from civilization. I think they'd expect us to run towards it.
Yeah, so you kind of go north and then very slightly to the west, just to peel away, because, yeah, it's the bottom right where the mines are. But, yeah, you start taking off. Is there anything you guys are doing as you're running?
I think like every so often you'll be like, it's stopped being sandy now, isn't it? So the tracks aren't too bad.
Yes, the sand was probably for a good 30, 40 feet maybe, and then it turned into very humid and, like, it's not wet like marshy, but it's the ground is very spongy almost, where the dirt is like humid. It's wet, but it's not mud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not terribly densely packed with trees, but it is pretty well greened, this entire area. It's extremely, you can tell civilization has not really put its mark in this part of the island. It's still very thick. There's a lot of brush on the floor. You can see and hear animals, birds. Like, as you guys are all running in, you can hear them scattering.
Mm-hmm.
You keep running.
Try and keep running. Probably, I do give the offer that maybe we should move into a kind of a single line to try and hide tracks amongst the amount of people we have.
Yeah.
Well, they've seen us.
They've seen us, yes, but we can look
Sure.
like, they can be uncertain of whether or not we broke off at certain points or what.
And it's less tracks to follow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
As you guys eventually stop the full sprint, but you still maintain a good pace going forward into the jungle. Again, you continue that arcing ever so slightly to the left, just to do as you plan. What is the next stage for you guys? You feel like you've made a good chunk of distance, but what is the next stage?
I think it's go to sort of stealth walking or sort of more low profile movement.
What abilities do we have to be able to hide ourselves?
I don't.
Okay, what abilities? I can manipulate water in some ways. I can create frozen patches where it can hide our footprints for a moment. Is there anything else that people can do that hide how we've passed through an area or make it look like we went another way?
Yeah, shape water, wash away some tracks.
Plenty of water to shape around here. Dax, Nivara.
I was going to say I'd use my precipitation to cover the tracks up.
Okay, make a Arcana check.
Are we doing the same then? We're
Um,
using like water to try and
yes, please, yes. Because this is just because obviously you're doing it rushed. This is obviously where a skill check is be needed. All right. Kayla's a little shit, but that's okay because everyone else made up for it. Between Wade and Dax, the tracks are almost entirely covered, and you're very confident that they're covered. The ground is very thick with greenery and stuff anyway, that it's hard to even see the ground. And Kayla, you do provide at least like some touches. Like you help, but the majority of the work, Dax and Wade do very, very well. And like as you guys are going, and this is being done on a rush, unless they know exactly where you've gone or have other means of tracking, maybe magical or something like that, you feel confident that even a skilled survivalist is going to struggle.
Where's the best? From what we can see, I kind of turn to the rest. Like the rest of you who now know something about survival, where's the best position to start looking for a place to lay low that we can find?
Obviously, I'm just going to point this out just out of character. I am going to overexpose the map a little bit because obviously it's not a perfect one-to-one scale, the map. Yeah. I've already explained this before. So I am going to reveal bits of the map as you are pushing north, but things like the mines and stuff, they're much bigger on the map than they are in real life. Just for the simple fact, if I made them accurate, there would be no point putting them on.
Yeah.
So just bear that in mind as I'm revealing things. As you guys just start pushing northwards. Like, I pointed it out because there's a bit of the mine there, but it's because I have to make it visible.
Yeah.
The island itself is roughly to scale, but the things on the island, like decorative, are not. By no means. And it's the same with other maps I've done with the towns and stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, towns would be miles wide. I'm just pointing it out because obviously this is a much smaller scale.
Yep.
I do like how on the map you've gone around the outside of the islands with like what looks like a brown kind of thing. It merely makes it stand out for once because usually it's kind of a bit difficult to tell. If that makes sense. You've got like a
you don't
brown
really.
line.
That's default by Incarnate. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've always
No, that's default. If you look on the other maps, it's the same. It's just the terrain paints I've used for like the Brial map because of the white. It contrasts and hides it.
Yeah, because I'm guessing the water is the bottom.
There's two. Yes, and then everything else is the foreground.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, because you've used it, so you know.
Yeah, it's how I did the one with the lava map that we fought on.
Yeah, I was just explaining as because obviously you guys can now see that bulge that I've created where as you're pushing forward.
Okay, so yeah, People who have some survival thing, where would be the best place to head for somewhere to survive right now?
Caves, maybe if there's like large trees where you can hide underneath like the roots or something. Where
Are there
we'll
any of those
survive.
around? Are there any of those around?
The only thing that's around is the mines.
I meant with invisible line of sight.
Anyone can make perceptions or survival checks.
I don't know what I'm looking for, so
Well, that's
I'm
why
asking.
it'd be more of a perception, but a survival's a bit more of a knowledgeable.
Yeah.
There's trees we can climb.
I'll do survival. What am I? Excuse me. My survival is 2.
Okay, so Nivara and Kayla, you do see, you don't see like caves, you don't see like hills and cliffs. It's relatively flat where you guys are running at the minute. There are a number of big trees that are like 10-foot diameter and probably 60 or 70-foot tall. Mixed in, there are a few smaller trees, but like there are definitely trees big enough to support you guys if you wanted to climb. In terms of thick roots, there's not like any that have created like this convenient like cage-like system where like the earth's like washed away or anything. But there are roots probably a few feet, like as it's protruded out the ground and like they've all converged into the main trunk. You could probably hide in the nooks between, but it's not nowhere near enough for all of you, but for a good few of you.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of line of sight breaking. The terrain is just generally line of sight breaking. If you guys spread too far from each other, you ain't going to see each other for the trees. It's not dense, but it's well flourished. Realistically, there's plenty to work with here. There's a lot of brush. There's a lot of undergrowth that you could probably use as like as a net or something to like cover. But there's nothing super perfect natural.
Okay.
Does it look like
Sorry, Rose, but what does Wade see above that, if anything? Because Wade got a 25 survival.
Right. I would say, Wade, obviously you see all of the same things that I've described. The only difference is you would notice that a lot of the underbrush on the floor, it's like crawling vines and things like this that grow along the floor and can be used, and they're not, you don't have to rip them out of the ground because they grow along the floor. Like they're the type of vines that, like the ivy and stuff, that would grow up on the side of a house. And they literally could be used like leaf blankets almost. You could hide, like if you cut a hole in the natural mesh that the floor is covered with, you could probably crawl under them and like pretend to be a rock or something, realistically, if you wanted to go that far. And it's pretty well dense and thick. That, yeah, if so long as you didn't move and fuck around, if you went under the shrubbery and the underbrush, you could probably hide. There is unfortunately nothing like a cave. There is no like dead tree with like a perfect opening. There's nothing like that. You'd have to get a little creative with how you hid yourselves, but there's plenty of material at your disposal.
So
I demonstrate, like cutting kind of
it was
a hole and getting under. So it's doable.
Yeah. Well, my hope was with something like this is perhaps we can find where the most likely place to go and hide would be, where they would assume that's where we'd go to and then not go there. But if we've got something good to try and hide, we should probably try and find that quickly then.
You know, with the tree, Danny.
Yes.
Does it look like you said that they were climbable? Does it look like where the canopy is? You know, the bit where the branches all converge before hitting the trunk. Does that look big enough that somebody can literally hide in it? Like people don't, unless they climb up.
Like I said, the tree's big enough to support you guys. The canopy is like 60, 70 foot high. It's not like a perfect canopy that like blocks all sunlight. There's patches. It's not, like I said, not a dense forest. jungle,
Right.
whatever. But
Mhm.
the individual trees themselves, so long as you were careful and had the means to get up there safely, yeah, you could probably hide up there okay. Obviously, if someone happened to be underneath and looked up, you probably would be seen, but you've then got to balance the risk and reward of what are the odds at this random tree in a forest is someone going to happen to look up, unless they've got some bullshit means of tracking you guys that, like magical or like items or something. Realistically, you should be okay. The hard part is getting up there because the trees don't have branches like all the way down. They're more like thick jungle trees and palm trees almost. There's not much in terms of branches and stuff up the trunk until you get to the top.
Quick question. You know how you just mentioned about unless they had something that they could magically track us with? Does that kind of like hit Nivara's brain at any chance? Does she just go, huh?
I mean, you would be the most knowledgeable of, like, anyone can run, but anyone with the right resources can find you, yeah? You've probably dabbled with, looked at, probably handled items that do that and more. Most people have it innate in spells and spell slots. Some
Like-
races even have, you're aware of some races that even can just sense your mind just by looking around and just thinking. Whether that's the case or they have any of those, you don't know.
But no, I just didn't want to metagame at that point. I wanted to check if I would realise.
Out of everybody, the only two people I would say that probably even have close to a chance is Nivara through knowledge and Wade through probably tracking fugitives. He's probably had them go through his hands or used such items of tracking people. But I would say Nivara is probably the most likely to think of that because magical items and things like that is kind of her wheelhouse.
She's an artifact finder person. She's a museum curator. At this point, as we're trying to like put the things together, she will go and clear her throat very loudly. I may have a suggestion. Desire, you are a beacon currently, and then I'll point to where the amulet is resting on his chest.
You what?
Magic that allows for people to look for certain items. You are carrying a very particular item. If they wanted to find us and they knew that it was on your body, they could find us, even if we were hiding.
True, but I don't think they knew I had it.
It was on the ritual site, was it not?
Just as a quick question,
Yes.
as you guys are talking, are you still making travel north westish?
Yeah.
I assume
that was-
I'm just
Oh,
double.
okay.
I'm double checking because I know you guys stopped to look for trees and stuff. I just wanted to.
Well, it was to answer. I still haven't had an answer to my question of where would be the best logical direction for us to go for safety, and then let's not go that way.
Well, yeah, we don't know unless we go towards the port, which we know is to the east. So anywhere but east. Anything else, we don't know where anything is.
Okay, we'll go westward for a bit and then north, I suppose.
I thought that is what we were doing.
We were going northwards, and now we break where they can't see us, go left, go west, and then head north again. Just to break the path that they're following us on.
Yeah. And keep a lookout for a vantage point so we can get our bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So we make sure that we don't leave any kind of tracks as we go using the techniques or whatever.
Yeah. Which I'm not going to make you roll every single time. I'm going to accept the crit and the other high rolls for a extended period of time.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to let you. I'm not going to let you do it all the entire day, but they'll last a while.
Yep.
As you guys are going, though, a lot of the immediate disturbance of birds and animals and stuff, the noises have subsided as most of the prey animals have panicked and fled in various directions. Like, you don't necessarily see like the rustling of brush anymore as like a small like amphibian or something, or a small like mammal like goes running and bolting away from you guys. A lot of that stopped. You all keep an eye out as you're going, and the minute it seems clear, you keep pushing, and about whoever's at the front, I would probably say it's Wade.
Tracking, probably, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
survivaling.
Dead ahead of you, as you guys are tracking, you come across the first animal that you guys have seen for a few minutes and a little while. And you can see like this spiked lizard that's currently frozen, looking in your guys' direction, and then like you know, and you kind of like both look at each other, and then you have like this little stare off. It's the size. It's about 4 foot across and about 2.5 foot tall. And you and I would say for the sake of, you would stop, and it looks at you, and it's the first creature that hasn't immediately fled.
It was a spined lizard.
Yep. And you just watch them as it like clocks eyes with you. Its spines and spikes just lift ever so slightly, as it's obviously defensive.
I'm guessing we've all stopped at this point and almost like starting to go into the back of Wade.
Yep.
Pick
And
up
it's
a
not,
rock.
like I said, it's for the sake of, it's classed as a large creature. That's why I said it's about 4 foot across and about 2.5 foot tall. It's big.
Right.
It's
Pick up a
probably
rock and-
about 20 foot from you, because that's when you would have noticed it given the trees.
That's
Pick up
just...
a rock or a stick and just throw it close
What?
to.
Hey,
and
be kind
scare
to
it
it.
Okay, make a
Deliberately missing.
make a dex check, just like to see how accurate you are with your like underarm toss. Make an animal handling check with disadvantage. You kind of throw the stick, and it lands probably, again, you're about 20 foot away, so it probably lands about 5 foot short of it. And it like knocks the bush, and it kind of just like rustles it, and it immediately drops down into like a I'm about to pounce on you type stance. And you can hear like a low hissing, but not like grr, I'm going to attack you type hiss, but almost like a communicative hiss. And a few seconds later,
We have a
with
chance
well,
and turn around and leave at this point. Like, I know you want to attack it,
well,
Matt, but like, can we? Do we have enough time? to get
Well,
these other ones
it's
for us to leave.
bit too late for that, because as you go to like half turn to Wade and just be like, shall we go? 2 more
Oh
come
god.
from the side of the brush near it, and the 3 of them charge towards Wade and the party as a whole.
Oh dear.
Oh, come on.
I don't have a map, but we'll take you to a blank screen, and we can semi-theatre of the mind it. Semi-theatre of the mind it. So obviously, if you guys want to put yourselves on the bottom middle of the map, in a rough order, obviously Wade at the front. I probably wouldn't go nowhere past the halfway point of the map, just for the sake of. I've just got to quickly grab a token. Because unfortunately, giant lizard token is not something I have saved at the minute.
Instead of just like turning around, you've decided to throw a stick at it.
Next to it to scare it off out the path.
Well, that was
Well,
a very good scare.
The piston.
if we just diverted our path around it, we wouldn't be killing it. I understand the logic. Kind of.
Ignore
Oh
it.
god.
Ignore it. Just yeah. I don't have one, so I have these generic tokens just like for in case of. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
I was like, it's the pirates! They found
yeah, no.
they masquerade.
These are the 3 like giant lizards. And I think it's fair to ask for an initiative at this point.
It is very fair. Someone threw a stick at it.
Yeah. The
I
fact
reckon
that the fact
guys.
that all the prey animals had run away, which meant only predatory and very openly not scared animals
Oh, come
remained.
on!
Danny, you gave us plenty enough notice. You told us it was only predators. You told not only that, but we've just slowed our ascent down and we're about to make a whole lot of noise.
That's 2 nat ones I've rolled already.
No.
Freaking hell.
Right. The lizards have a +1. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeesh. It's alright. Bit of combat action never does any harm.
So as they're about to begin their charge, Barney, you're up first, bud.
I will go like that. To there. I need to move. I'd like to bonus action rage, please. Where's my rage?
Hang on, I'm really sorry, guys. You can carry on with your turn like normal. I just need to clear the turn order because it was blank for me when I opened it. Then when I clicked the descending ascending, it threw up last combat's initiative on top,
that
and I was.
happened to me on Monday.
So if you
while I
want to
was
just
running my
quickly
game.
re-roll initiatives and then change them to whatever you were, that would be. And then obviously Liam, you can carry on because I know you were first. So you would like to rage, you would like to
Oh,
charge.
yep, I'll rage and I'll give this one here a quick smack.
Go for it, dude.
I don't think I can do reckless yet, can I?
You can.
No, just
No.
Second
Reckless-
level.
Oh, is
it's
it?
second level.
I thought
Reckless.
Yeah.
Reckless was first.
Nope.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Can't
Thought you
remember.
handed me my
Actually, I
quarter
can't
staff.
remember if it's first. If it's...
So roll to hit, dude.
9.
Yeah, no. You kind of hit towards it, but despite their size, they're incredibly quick.
Oh.
And it's able to like shift to the side and hide away from you. Liam, can you do your initiative, and then while you're finishing rolling, I'll
Yeah.
change
But
your
I'm
number.
done now. So...
Okay. Has everyone changed their numbers?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine's just one less, so it doesn't make any difference where I am. So
Okay,
I'll keep it as
cool.
like 8.
That's fine. So, Josiah.
Yes, I'll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He'll run up and stab this lizard here.
Yeah, and I appreciate the fact obviously there's no trees, but assume there are trees. just as a thing.
Yeah.
I have meadow maps. Like I have generic maps usually ready to go. I have meadows. I have like a road with grassy. So I don't have a jungle one yet. I am working on getting like generic maps just to pull on.
If needs be, Danny, I can send you a couple after the game. I've got some from when I ran that jungle.
They'll do until I can get my own because I'm trying to make them on Incarnate just so they're all consistent.
Short term.
Yeah. 15 hits. Oh
yeah.
That is a hefty hit when you take a good chunk out of the side of it and it recoils in pain. You did a lot of damage to it.
He will go from like a person I say, why did you kill the cute, why have you hit the cute lizard? And he's like, oh, fuck it. I'll barbecue the tail. And then he goes and stabs it.
They might cook up well, assuming you win.
That's why he's open.
I think it's only fair that one's going to attack straight back as you take a stab at it and like gouge down its side. And it's going to like dash to the side and it's then going to make a bite attack towards you. Yeah, no new pet sparrow. Sorry, buddy. A 20 to hit.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And you will take 4 points of piercing damage as it just bites.
Okay.
And it doesn't actually like break your skin, but it's like teeth rake like mini razor blades down your skin and leave
Yeah.
like claw marks almost. And the one that Barnet you attacked, it's going to immediately strike out back at you reactively as it gets 22 to hit, dealing 7 points down to 3 points of piercing damage. As because you don't wear armor, it bites onto your forearm where you missed with the quarterstaff, and it kind of doesn't let go at first, like a pit bull almost, and then you yank your arm free, and you can feel that there's a couple of teeth inside your fur and or flesh still. That like some of its teeth have just broken off clean, like inside you, and you can feel them like that burning pain. And then the last lizard is going to make an immediate dash, as this was not the one you attacked, Wade, but you're going to wish it was. So it's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. And then it's going to make a bite attack towards you as you with the thrower of sticks. With an 8 to hit.
No.
So unfortunately, as it comes rushing past and kind of just like this semi-leap bite at you, because it's at the maximum of its movement, you're able to kind of take a step back and it lands shy of you by a good 2-3 feet. And as it corrects itself and gets ready to come forward again, Nivara, is now your turn.
Nivara, seeing that suddenly we're in combat, will pull her watch. I was thinking of what the word was then, time thing. Her pocket watch out of her waistcoat pocket, and will have it hovering between it, and she's going to send one of her clock hands to the one. Am I right in saying that the only one that's been hit is the one in front of Josiah?
Yes, and it's been hit pretty heavily.
Cool. I'm gonna throw a clock hand that way and cast Chill Touch.
Is that an attack roll or a save?
It's an attack roll. Ooh, never mind. Never mind. Oops.
No, we will very much mind. We will very, very much mind. That's really low. Okay. Can you roll damage, please?
Yeah. Shit. 5 points of necrotic damage.
Wade,
Oh.
you take a step back instinctively to avoid the bite, and unknowingly, without checking your 6 as you're focused on the enemy in front of you, you feel this cold necrotic energy just reach across your shoulder blades and back as you have stepped into. Like, she didn't miss badly, you stepped into it. And you've stepped into her line of fire as she's just sent this chill touch out, and it's just hit you across all your back, dealing 5 necrotic damage. Can you make, for me, a dexterity saving throw?
Whoopsie.
You save your footing and you don't go prone. As, like, the stumble backwards and the shock of being hit. It was rough. But you still take the 5 damage.
Oops.
But you have
Yay.
chance to redeem yourself. It is your turn.
It's going to have to be short sword on the one in front of me.
Okay. A 10, unfortunately, misses. Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Ayla.
Right, the one that Josiah's taken the swing at, I will cast Mind Sliver upon.
That's intelligence, I believe.
Get an intelligence save, please.
Oh boy. 12.
12 is a fail.
-4.
Nice, because they're beasts.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Only 2 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Just very quietly, just kind of just focuses her mind to just try and see that the one that's already agonized.
Yeah.
Try and tweak tweak the pain of it just a little bit more to try and just.
It doesn't noticeably react because of the amount of damage it is compared to what it's already sustained, but you do feel a confirmation that it's definitely done some good, just not as much as you would have liked. That's not a resistant thing, that's just shit roll thing. I know I normally say that when it's resistant. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. Other than just kind of just like, right, we need to kill these quickly and quietly.
Dax, can you do so quietly?
What did he say?
How's everyone looking at the minute?
Wade, I believe, is the only one that's taken damage.
Me.
I've taken damage.
Oh, no, you have, never mind. Yeah, everyone's taking damage.
Damage from a party member.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, gonna move there. I'll tell you what, I'll do something else. Bonus action, I'm going to inspire Wade. Knock
Okay.
him out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Vicious Mockery on one next to Wade.
Okay, that's a wisdom save.
Yep, DC 14.
I rolled a 3.
I wish you were smaller so we can splat you.
Gonna roll. Yep, there we go.
That just takes 2 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, because Vicious Mockery. Wait. Is Vicious Mockery the one, or is it Dissonant Whispers the one where they have to have a certain intelligence for it to affect?
Let me just check.
I believe Vicious Mockery, they just need the ability to hear. They don't even need to understand you. Just let me double check.
Yeah.
Because I believe they don't even have to understand you. Yeah, they just need to hear you. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's alright, I was just making sure, because I know with bards, there's a little bit of wibbly wobbly with requirements.
Yeah, I was just checking between the 2 spells anyway, so. Yeah.
But now that's done. Is that you done entirely?
Yeah.
Lad.
I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Next to my pal Wade, and I go, have no fear. I shall heal you.
Well, are you healing the right person?
This one here, this one. Whoever
Okay,
that
that's
is.
me. That's
Yeah.
Desire. Okay.
Whoever it was, yeah, because that's the one that's most hurt, isn't it?
I took 4 points of damage, wasn't
Well,
it? Wade, you took more.
I'm bloody.
Oh, wow, I thought that was Wade. Sorry, is that whoever that was? Is that Wade? I'll heal
the
him,
blue
but I'll heal that one and just support that one.
Hang on, who-
If just as I'll let you, Carl, take it back if you
Yeah.
want it because you got
Yeah.
confused.
I'll heal that one then. That's Wade.
Yeah. Do you want to still? Do you want to heal as you're going to that location, or do you want to actually go take your movement back as well? I will allow
I'll
it.
heal there. I'll heal him and then move up. Anyway.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, as you run past, you notice it has no effect.
Sorry.
He got hit
Definitely.
by chill touch. He doesn't heal.
Wait, is that a thing?
Chill touch, the cantrip,
Can't
stops
heal.
healing.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Let me double check. I fully believe you, but I'm just curious.
Chill touch, the cantrip,
completely
stops
in.
healing till the next
Oh.
turn.
Whoops, ignore that roll. That shouldn't have come through. I was trying
Yep.
to.
No, that is entirely correct. Yeah.
Well, what is that? The damage of chill touch or
No,
previous
it's
damage?
if you
healing.
take damage from chill touch, it's an effect of.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, you do send a healing word out towards Wade, and you kind of get confused as you're going past that it seems to have no effect. And that concerns you just a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
But
Sorry, mate.
Barnett,
Sorry.
you're next.
It's more sorry me for pointing it out, but
I'd rather
It's me.
no, Michael, you can have an inspiration for it because at the end of the day, I'd rather shit be done right, and so long as it's not disrupting the session hugely, that's just little things.
It's terribly disrupted it.
I much prefer shit to be done correctly, even if it's bad for me and bad for you guys, whatever. But yeah, take an inspiration for it, Michael. I don't
thank
care.
you. The main thing I pointed that out for is because Rose uses that often, and when you end up trying to, if you end up trying to heal something later,
Yeah.
and we go like, you can't do that. You go, well, why didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to set a precedence.
Yeah. Well, this is why I say unless it's like a call thing, that's rules as written. You can't fucking mistake that. I'd rather it just be done right.
Okay, so bonus action to bunny hop to here.
Okay.
Has he done
With
nothing
no-
else? Has he not run up and clubbed it or anything?
He
Oh.
started his action.
Oh, actually, that's a good point.
I'll just go back.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, because that was a bonus action because it was healing word. Carl, you do still have an action if you still wish to attack.
Yeah, I'll just smack this thing then.
Yeah, I was thinking for some reason when you said healing, I assumed it was cure wounds that you were doing.
I think you're confused by that because you saw that healing word came out at something.
It was high. It was 11. Yeah,
And then
an 11 just misses. Just misses. Liam, as you were.
Okay. Now I'll do my bunny hop to here, then 5 foot to here, and I'll smack this one here with my quarterstaff again. With advantage this time. We got a friend.
With 100% advantage.
What?
15.
15 hits.
So
Oof.
11 bludgeoning and 13 damage.
Wow. Yeah, he's fucking hurt, like really, really bad. Because he was the one that took the vicious mockery not long ago as well. Yeah, he's on the edge.
Yep, then it's gonna run back to where we'll start with.
Okay.
Then that's me done.
Josiah?
Yes, stab. Oh, actually, I'll try and move around to get flanking on this one now. It's been locked in.
Yeah. So it follows you as like you're turning. Its main attention is on you, but obviously then with the distraction from Vlad in the background, like trying to harass it as you make the attack gives you the advantage.
Yeah.
But its attention is currently on you.
I
like to give that type of description so you can get an idea of what intentions are, especially for lesser
Yeah.
intelligent creatures. 17 hits, no problem. That is just enough as you just kind of thrust the rapier forward and you just kind of pierce the skull of the creature and you just feel it just hit resistance and then crack and then you just bury the blade deep and pull it out as it just collapses.
Yeah, he sort of twists and does like that fleck of the blade after. Like a pirate samurai.
But is that all you're doing?
You'll help on it, so move up to there.
I got a friend.
Lizard's turn. The one in front of Wade is going to disengage as an action and then go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it's going to start the process of fleeing as it is extremely wounded and it does not care for this fight no more. The one that's in front of Barnet is going to attack Barnet and then run itself, but it's going to lash out first with a 14 to hit Barnet.
That'll be a miss.
And then it itself is then going to go 5, 10. It's not really. You both will get attacks of opportunities because it's going to go
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as it starts running as well.
I will attack it.
Barnet?
I will.
Okay, mega hit.
Yay.
Alright.
Yeah.
So 20 damage in
Okay, it's
total.
alright. How that displayed confused me.
Yeah.
It's separated, yeah.
You one shot it as it like lash because that one hadn't taken any damage, and as it lashes out at you, and you kind of just parry it and kind of hit it in the mouth a little bit with the quarterstaff. As it then turns to run, you just kind of hit it with like a 45-degree horizontal strike, and you literally hit it across the back of its neck, and you just hear a crack as you just broke the thing's neck as it started to run. Naivara. You can see the other one is in the process of fleeing, but you may still do something if you wish.
I'm going to turn around because I can see that that's fleeing, and I've got Wade in front of her anyway, so she will turn around. And I'm going to see if there's anyone behind us that's like maybe has decided to creep upon us whilst we've been in the middle of a fight.
Make a quick perception check.
Yeah, thank you.
Pardon me.
Lovely. Oh, but yeah, not too bad. 17.
Hello, God. How you doing, bud? I am the Mullet Lord indeed.
Oh, he's back.
As you turn around and you look for anyone creeping, you immediately see Dax. But you don't see anyone else creeping.
Okay. Do I hear anybody else creeping? Like snapping your twigs or anything?
Nope.
Nope. I'm just gonna. I'm a bit, nervy, I guess. So I will just prepare a chill touch if anybody comes out running at us, if that makes sense, and looks aggressive towards us. If there's any pirates coming from behind, basically. It's the end of my.
Wade, is there anything you wish to do? And I just want to point out as you're doing your turn, God's just shared with me, and it just says shared privately, their watch streak of 3. I didn't realise that must be a new feature where you can share with the streamer and the mods, or you can do it publicly, I suppose. Your watch streak.
That's really cool.
That is actually really, really cool.
You didn't let me do that.
Yeah, because then you could, because that's an opening for like, I give away this to the first person who shares a watch streak of 20 or something. I don't fucking, you know what I mean? It opens up new possibilities, and it's just cool to know.
I can react with a heart for love.
So, Wade,
there
what are
we
you
go.
doing?
I'll let it go.
Let it go.
Ayla?
I suggest we. No, at that point, I just suggest that we carry on. Which way is it running currently?
North, up,
Away
up,
or
up.
Okay, so up is that westward, given the fact that we were heading westward.
Well, you're heading like a northwest. You're not heading like northwest actual. It's
okay, because my understanding is we went directly west from where we were and then headed north after a while.
Oh no, the way it was described to me was you went north and then changed your bearing very slightly west.
Yeah, and then when we stopped to do the clear up, I said, why don't we go directly west?
Oh, I didn't hear that at all. But either way, it's running away from you guys northward.
Okay. I suggest we carry on around this quickly and...
So, nothing?
Other than trying to get everyone to move, I'm not making an attack.
Dax?
I'm guessing Wade's quite. It's Chilling Touch is gone.
Yes.
I shall cast Healing Word on him.
Okay. And is that it?
Give him some HP back.
Is that all you're doing for your turn?
Yes.
Vlad? Vlad?
Carl?
Oh.
Barnet?
If you're both leaving it, I'll leave it too.
Josiah?
Yeah, he just sheaves his blade now.
And the lizard will, unsurprisingly, turn into an ancient dragon and then come back to fight you all as it continues to actually flee and go away.
Okay.
It's like, wait, is that a naturality? Is this thing turning into an ancient dragon? Whoops.
No, but combat is very, very definitely over, as you guys successfully killed 2 of the 3 giant lizards that accosted you and defended yourselves amicably. Ish.
Would I, as we're moving, because obviously we're now going in a westerly direction, aren't we, as pointed out by Kayla, would I be able to bring out Kavane, and I'm going to have him about 90 feet behind us as we're moving, and if he just senses anything or sees anything, he's going to let me know and then vanish, if that makes sense. So if anything gets close to us, just as like a little scouting beacon behind us, if that makes sense. If he spots anything or anything happens, he's going to let me know.
That
Do you know what I
sounds,
mean?
yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Like an early warning system, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, just behind me, just beep, beep, beep.
The rest of you?
Head out, make sure that we leave quickly.
Yeah. I cut off the tail and I wrap it up.
Yeah. Yeah, just quick sword slash. You can cut one of the tails off easy.
It might be good eating, we don't know.
Looks it.
Mm.
Its skin looks almost crocodile-like for like a real-life equivalent. Because of the size of it and being the giant like lizard type form with the spikes and the scale, it looks almost like crocodile meat. If you've ever seen that.
Ooh, that's good eating. Yeah.
Whether it actually tastes like that, it's more of a visual description.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tail itself it's a good 2 foot, and it probably weighs like 8 or 9 pound, easy. You will begin to head off. Now going directly westward. Are you guys going full speed, normal speed, stealth, slow speed?
Careful but perceptive, I think.
Okay, can I get those perceptions then?
Reception.
Perception. Oh.
Oh, Vlad, real quick. Where was you just? Carl?
Dealing with Amber, sorry.
Oh, it's alright, because the lizard started to run away, and I just wanted to check, did you want to leave it like everybody else, or attack it?
Leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it. No problem.
I was just double checking. I wanted to give you the opportunity, because obviously, you know. Is she okay?
Yeah, just had a seizure, but...
Oh, fuck's sake, man. But yeah. You guys will remain very perceptive. Can I get stealth rolls really quick, just to see how stealthy you guys are being? Obviously, taking time, going a little slower.
Oh, I'll hit these.
I am naturally at disadvantage, sorry, just making sure.
You got the same roll either way, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm disadvantaged, but I'm being good.
Hey, it's the wizard.
But
That's my
though.
I'd say for the wizard's nat 1, we do have the bard's nat 20, so.
Yeah. When stealthing like this, I always try and take it as a group average rather than individuals, unless it's in like a super stressful, tense, and like highly difficult situation. In general situations, yeah, the group average looks to be about 16, 17-ish, so that's still pretty damn good.
Healthy.
You guys go quietly and carefully, heading westward. And I will reveal just a tiny bit more of the island as you guys do. Feel free, obviously, now to just go into discussions about your next plans.
Before we do that, can I quickly make a history check? Is there anything else on this island, like any other kind of port, dock, where there might be people?
Make a history check.
I don't know.
You know to the mines and the companies there, that's it.
Right.
How long have we been running or travelling now?
I have wibbly wobbly it a bit, but I'm assuming it's like a good not counting the combat, you guys have probably done this like a half hour or something. I've kind of like zoomed it a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's not like we've just been running for hours and hours.
No, unless you wish to run for hours and hours, that's entirely up to you guys. But I'm assuming you guys did about 10-minute sprint. Then you stopped and looked for the trees and things like that, and the means of like disguising. That's how you stopped there. You carried on for like another 5-10 minutes, and then encountered the lizards after the prey animals had stopped freaking out. And then you've carried on now for another 5-10 minutes after that, going directly westward this time. So, and there's been no triggers from Kurt Cobain. I forgot the Cobain. Kurt Cobain, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's still intact and okay. There's been no issues. He hasn't zipped back with any distress. You do start to now get to a situation where you feel like you might be okay.
Yeah, I don't think we're. Navarro will say to the party, I do not think we are being followed. It has been a long enough period of time that if we were being followed, we would have probably encountered them by this point.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't mean anything. That means we've maintained the distance.
So we're going to continue running for the rest of our lives? Circles?
Well, we need to find a place that we can be safe. I'm not saying that they would have caught us by. I'm saying if they would have caught us, they're not going to have yet.
I am sorry, but I'm a little. Are you suggesting that we, without a boat, are going to be able to hide long enough on this island to do what?
Start looking around and investigating as to why those people are here. That's not why we were coming in the first place.
Yeah.
They've made port here before wanting information or wanting something. Should we now not go and try and find out what that is while they look for us on this side of the island?
That is an excellent point. I do have one quick question, if that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you met Jacob Prescott since the whole ritual thing, or this Charlotte Inge?
What you mean when they tried to kill me? No.
No. Okay. So
I have a theory though of what's just happened.
Okay.
So I think they've taken over the Western Passage, and that's why the captain was, and they're asking for people. They're asking for people as tribute as opposed to money. The captain then dropped us off in a boat to be like, oh well, that'll just be the tribute, or we'll like let them chase us instead of the boat. I suspect they haven't had enough blood for what they've done in the past, or they're trying to open somewhere else up with more blood.
And what evidence do you have to back this up?
I saw them commit a ritual blood. Were you listening in the pub at all? Or should I explain the whole thing again?
I'm listening. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. I mean, what you're telling us is just telling us. You have shown us no evidence.
I mean, ask him. I washed up dead, or nearly dead. He points to like Wade.
But again, that is your word. There's no physical evidence.
Well, you're on this bloody journey on my word, so either you listen to it, or I don't know why you're on this journey. Like,
I'm still questioning the insanity during this journey as well, but don't worry. But I'm here, so I'm trying to help, and all I'm asking is for evidence. I mean, I agree. I think let's be cautious, but we need to find out exactly what's going on. And if this captain of the ship who just dropped us off is making us as a tribute, then he needs to be brought to justice for that.
I said it's a theory. We need to find out. That's what we need to do next, is find out what's going on.
Exactly. I'm with you on that. Let's find out exactly what's going on.
Well, this was leading to my point. What is our plan? Is it just that we keep running until we later on decide that this is a good enough time to begin our investigation? Are we waiting till it is nightfall, maybe? And then proceed on foot to start investigating into the mines?
Danny,
Yeah.
I would sort of know what would be the protocol of the trading company. Or I would ask the rest of the group what they think would be the protocol of the trading company to attack the there's this pirate ship
Right.
like near the compound. What is like
Anyone who's spent any amount of time in these islands, make a history check.
no, I'm not doing well
Have I been
today.
here- have I been
I'm
here long
guessing
enough?
this is
I
outside
would
of...
say you've probably been here long enough, Wade.
Right, Danny? Like, this is... I'm going to assume that I have not heard about anything to do
No.
with this company. I thought that was the case, but I thought, just in case, once upon a time. But no.
I'm presuming this is also not the trading company I'm familiar with.
No.
Good.
I would say the information will come. It's a bit vague, but it takes a while to come. But between Vlad and Wade, they could probably piece together some bits. You remember hearing, you don't remember a name or anything like that. You just remember that the company name is always written in white and green. You can't remember what it was. It was like some name of like the owner or something like that. As far as you're aware, you recall them being hyper aggressively defensive over the mines to anybody that isn't pre-agreed to visit the mines. They are aggressively defensive about it, and they have, you would assume if that's the case that they're probably well fortified and would be ready to repel anybody that isn't someone they're expecting.
And let's say there was like a pirate ship like 2 miles away.
Yeah, if they saw that, their backs would be up anyway.
Correct.
And they might send a patrol out. Okay.
Very possible.
So yeah, which is I would sort of say something along the lines of, so either Jacob's made an agreement with this trading company, or they're not going to hang around for long looking for us.
So, this doesn't answer my question. What does that mean for our plan?
Well, we do it from a distance, out of sight. Sneaking around is not going to be a good idea.
Okay. And do you have experience with this? Experience with this?
Harry?
Dying.
Gay Parry. Yes.
Yeah, experience of scouting. Yeah, but I don't think we're going to learn much unless we get in there and find out what they're selling, if anything. Well, it'll be the shock stuff.
Okay, so has anybody been to this island before?
No.
Assume I haven't, but
No, you wouldn't have. No, none of you would have.
So it is mentioned a couple of times that there is a compound around the outside of the mines. No?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest maybe that we try and get to a
I believe
office.
when you guys were rowing here and just before you rowed here, you did see that there was about 3 or 4 ships on a dock, and there was like a row of ships. You would have seen basic fortifications like walls and things like that, guarding whatever is inside, assuming obviously the mines and all the resources and facilities for mining.
What I would suggest maybe is to do a wide berth around the outside of the mines and coming from the opposite angle where it is not on the docks, and then maybe get into one of the offices and have a quick look in their paperwork. And a nightfall, obviously. Hopefully then most people will be asleep and we will only have to deal with scouting, well, not scouting patrols, but just guard patrols.
Yeah.
I mean, our business is with Prescott, but we fled to fight another day. Like we fled to get the advantage back. We were caught on the hoof. It's
I,
whether
I did forget to say it as well, but after successfully repelling the lizards, I will grant you guys your level 2 as well. If this makes any help. The intention was, if you parlayed with the ship successfully, you was going to get your level up, and you swiftly made a nope of that. You swiftly noped on that.
I mean,
I don't blame you, given the situations. I just expected you guys to.
it was close. It was close. It came down to Dax.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yes, so you guys will successfully level up, and obviously at some point I'll need to update all of the fucking pictures.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
why is character filter not working? Apologies, because I tried to figure out D&D Beyond.
yeah, I did say to myself, if once you killed the lizards, I was going to let you do it, and then completely forgot.
Oh, we haven't. Yeah.
Well, you technically
Huzzah!
did. You won the encounter.
Yeah. I mean, well, we haven't slept. I trade off in the conversation.
Yeah.
We haven't slept. It's fine.
Huzzah! Doubled my hit points.
Hey.
I'm up to 26 now.
Wait, D4?
Because he's not
Yeah,
updated.
hang on. Why is it a D4?
Because you've not updated whatever your custom hit die is for your homebrew pirate.
Yeah.
You might want to fix that and re-roll.
Especially
Yes,
given
I
the fact
shall.
that I'm already. Don't worry, we're already aware that it's a coin.
Yeah, flip that D2.
Oh yeah, my Christmas Dungeons and Dragons coin from 2 Christmases ago. Oh yeah.
Yep.
That is
yeah,
a choice to my family now for gifts that were well intentioned, but yeah.
Level 2. Level 2.
Level
But
2.
obviously, you guys can update your sheets and stuff as you guys are carrying on. I didn't want to interrupt too much. It was like, oh shit, I forgot to tell you.
Oh, appreciate it, honestly. You know, it's useful.
Because I was toying with the idea whether to do it after the circus show, but I wanted to just wait a little longer.
Get it completely.
I get all those sweet pirate powers now, so I'm happy.
Right, well, as you
Really?
continue playing with your PP, can you
Yes.
guys carry on planning, please?
Go on.
With his
since it's
PP.
you.
Yeah. Wait till
Guys.
find somewhere to watch the camp. Wait till nightfall. Get a layout of where the guards would be patrolling, and then try and sneak in and look for paperwork. See what the ship bought when it was here.
Is it buying stuff? I'm confused.
No, this is a mine. It's pure export. They probably would have brought in supplies, but they're probably all company pre-bought and just delivered.
What Jacob was after.
Yeah, Jacob hasn't, as far as we know, Jacob hasn't gone to the mine yet. He's around here, and obviously he's taking prisoners.
The information you guys have had about Jacob is he's operating on the western side of the archipelago, and he's been investing in diving gear. Diving bells and things like that, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And that information was given to Wade, I believe.
Yeah.
Now I've thrown a spanner in his works.
I knew there was something about diving equipment, wasn't it? And that they were to where the shock Jade were from the combination of the marketplace and the dock information on the first session.
That is it wasn't that they were going to the mines, they were heading in the direction of.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
That's right.
So maybe you're...
Please tell me you guys haven't come to this island on that bit of information only.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right.
He was operating out of this island, so we came this way.
Yep.
Can we steal a
He
ship
was
and
from Alistair's. My note taking, excuse me, says that their main base of operations, what we were told. Actually, it's only Wade that's been told this. Where
I
they're
did tell people.
the captain told you. I've got character knowledge, only Wade. Da-da-da-da. Alistair's End or something?
Ulster's Den.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I can't read my own.
I didn't want to say it first in case I gave you a name of an island that I hadn't given yet. But yeah, no, Ulster's Den is the one that was given.
Oh yeah, no, we're fully aware that he operates out of that island.
And he was probably just on the
But
boat.
Wade's brought you all here thinking he operated out of this one.
Well, yeah, we had the other information we had was that he was,
He was coming here.
he
Yeah,
came
well.
here. Yes.
Yeah, don't shame us. We've come to. We know we found him. It's just.
Yeah, you came here looking for him and then immediately ran.
Yeah, because you were caught on the hoof.
Okay. Well, can we get a flat foot in and I need to know. I need to know what the fuck you guys are doing.
Oh, we still. Sorry.
We're looping
Well, we
away
still
from
got-
here and back towards the mines, the islands, and everything else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Josiah would probably say something like, if we head back to the mines, one or two things is going to have happened. Either the party sent out after us has got lost and is still following
no
us
one's
and we can
perished
loop
yet,
around
dude.
them, or they've retreated back to the ship. If we start going the long way around to the mine complex, we can then ascertain what's happened. Sound fair?
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so you start making your way eastward, this time heading in the direction of where you hope the encampment compound outpost is to be.
Mhm.
I would say, given now there's no pressure, there's no rush, obviously your travel is going to slow down a bit, and you will spend the next few hours heading eastward now across the thick and dense jungle. It will eventually start to descend into nightfall. What do you guys wish to do?
I think we need to make camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we are not. Just so I am completely clear. What are we trying to do? Is it somebody else? Are we waiting for them to return back here again, or are we going to the mines? Is that what we are suggesting?
We're going to head towards the mines and then try and figure out if we can get near the boat, or if the boat's fully occupied, we can try and see if we can find our way into the mines to talk to someone.
The mines were apparently, you said earlier, were very anti-trespassers.
How far from the mines are we? I think for the first question. If we're only 5 minutes away, let's just try and get into the mines.
There's only one way to find out.
I think this might be a fuck it and find out kind of day, or tomorrow. Okay.
I think it's better we rest tonight and don't get caught trapped.
Okay, fine. Let's just chill, refresh ourselves, and then start fresh. At least we'll know where we are in the light.
Anybody here good at making camp?
I could try. I know a little bit.
The first question is, do you guys have any camping supplies?
I'm going through my inventory right now to check where I've
We'll-
got.
I
we'll
would
all get a bed.
I would imagine
I have.
through the pack you choose, all of you at minimum should have a bedroll.
Like
Yep.
a bedroll, yeah.
I've got bedroll, tent,
Yeah.
Okay.
candles.
Okay.
water
So you at least have the means to make camp. That's perfectly fine. So I'm not going to make you roll if you just want to find a nice place to like camp out. There's going to be no rolls and things like needed, but obviously you clear a lot of the underbrush and like put away a lot of the vines and things like that and make space on the dirt. Probably about 25 foot or so like diameter. Just give you nice space. You get a small fire set up in the center, and you get the bedrolls / tents for those that have them set up on the exterior around. Takes time, but you guys do it easily.
I don't have a sleeping bag, but I've got enough like silk rope to make a hammock.
You're more than welcome to have my bedroll when we swap around for watch. It's not a problem.
Oh, not when you're in it. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, definitely not when I'm in it.
For those that have rations, you may eat.
Mm-hmm.
For those that have water skins, you may drink.
Mm-hmm.
And just make a note, obviously, that you use up one. Yeah, you use it up. You probably use like half your water skin or something like that. It gets darker and darker, and the orange amber glow of the firelight now flickers off all the trees, creating like this interesting picture show of shadow that just flickers off all the various plants and trees and flowers in the vicinity. Is there anything you guys do during this rest?
I was going to talk to Wade, but he's gone.
Right.
Are we doing watches, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy to take first watch. It's not a problem.
I'll call watch of Dax.
Okay.
Or do you want second watch then?
Yeah, all right.
I can take third. And I'll just. I can just sit on the ground. If you want, you can have one.
Weird question, Nivara. Do you fuck around and play with the blue tree medallion at any point?
I'm guessing I would, because I'm sitting there and we're all just chilling. I think I will eventually pull it out of my pack and remember that I bought it and be like, oh.
After taking some time with it, not attunement, I'm just like, this is just you playing with it and stuff. You do notice that it seems to have means of doing something, but you have no idea what. Do you test it?
Yes. Not.
You have two options.
Okay.
You have, do you use the bigger piece or the little piece? The thing is, you feel that there are two sides to its abilities. One is seemingly infinitely repeatable, whereas the using the large ability feels like it's a one and done, and then that's it. It feels like something that could overcharge it and break it.
I will use the little ability.
Okay. So as you like holding it and playing with it, the carved roots and tree on the medallion begins to glow. And in front of you and all around you, you don't notice it at first, but you do after the glow fades, and you kind of like trying to figure out why the glow stopped and what went wrong. You notice you're now sat in a ring of lilies, as flowers all around you have just started sprouting and growing. As you've just successfully cast Druidcraft. Unknowingly.
Interesting. I will put it away. So play with it.
So essentially, it has built in for anyone to use, no attunement required, the cantrip Druidcraft, but it feels like that there is a stronger, more potent version of that inside, but it feels like it only strong enough to do so once.
Yeah, it's a consumable at that point. They'll break the medallion.
It's basically an infinitely usable medallion, unless you use the bigger ability, which is a something that you are yet to find out. But doing so, you feel like it could break it and then make it completely unusable.
Interesting. I'll pocket it for later. I'm not going to pop the big ability
Oh.
because I don't know what it's going.
Obviously, I mean, it would have been funny if you did.
I was kind of tempted. I'm not going to lie, like, but yeah, later. We have time.
It's just something you would notice. You don't need attunement for it, and anyone can use it. It's an action to use either side of it.
Danny.
Yeah?
Just a quick one. With me staying on watch one night, would that still class as a long rest for myself?
Given where you guys are and stuff, you all can do a long rest, but remember, you won't gain the benefits of a long rest.
And just on about with my abilities of the undead. 'Cause I don't need sleep, do I?
Oh yeah.
If it's just you don't need sleep, you just do light activity, then
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because essentially,
watching-
the way it's going to work is because, like, obviously you guys are camping rough in the middle of a potentially dangerous area. You are only going to be able to gain the benefits of a short rest.
And plus no exhaustion.
No exhaustion. That's also a thing. So yeah, you're going to not take exhaustion because you are sleeping and stuff, but you won't, like, anything that comes back on a long rest, you won't get, but you'll get short rest capabilities.
Yeah,
If
I'm
there's-
just on about just a generic thing.
Yeah,
between
no,
short and
if-
long rests.
Yeah, well, the thing is, obviously, you just, the ruling that you're on about is you just don't need sleep and things like that. You can just rest, i.e. not do much. So you can just hang around the campfire and just chill.
I just like watch around us.
Yeah,
Do
pretty
like
much.
perception checks and that.
Yeah, so long as you're not off doing shit, you're fine.
Yeah, that's what I'll check over there.
That's fine.
Right.
But now Matt's back. I'm going to the bathroom, but I know Josiah wants a word with Wade. So obviously you guys carry on with that. I'll be back in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You would just be like, how did you find the gift?
Very funny.
What?
It was very, very witty, yes. A little inappropriate.
It was a genuine token of hope, my friend.
Okay. Well, I'm not single just yet.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll get it back. Everything will be fine.
Oh my! And he just like puts his head. He puts his head in his hands a bit, and he's like, "What does she have to do for you not to want her back?"
I'm not sure she's even involved. There must be a reason.
And he won't like burst open his shirt like make way for Willie, but he is a bit like, I've got a fucking scar here from a bolt.
If it's true, we'll arrest her with the rest of them. But maybe she's undercover. I don't know. It's
Undercover for who?
the company, maybe. I know it's a little far-fetched, but it's not like her to just be that cruel.
I've known Jacob half my life, and I didn't know the depths he would sink to.
I'm back.
He took me in, he adopted me, he took me away from from a cruel captain. Hi, back. And he taught me, and I became his first mate. But something in him changed. And I think something in her has changed as well. From what you told me, who she was, and now who she isn't the same person.
So we need to find out what changed them. If it's all some sort of cultist stuff, maybe they're both under some sort of influence.
People tend to go looking for power because of something in themselves. It isn't something from the outside changing them. And he just sort of gets up and sort of walks off to get some sleep. But he's like, if you need to tell yourself that right now, but if the time comes, don't hesitate. And he sort of just like gives him a little fist, like punch in the arm, and walks off.
I'm not losing hope on her yet.
What'd you say, so?
I'm not losing hope on her yet.
Just remember what I said.
Will do.
I hear Rose noises.
Was Rose doing some perceptions then?
But
She's typing.
As the night,
I'm meditating, so I do know what's going on around me. But I don't even think we were asleep
no,
yet, were
this
we?
is pre-first watch.
Yeah.
Would I have heard any of that?
Probably, if you were listening.
How hard were you two trying to hide that conversation?
I mean, I wasn't like right in the middle of the camp, but I
semi-hushed at least, yeah.
I imagine this sort of like theatrical, sort of like 20 feet away from the camp, you can still see the
Okay.
fire, but he's just sort of.
Can Nivara roll nosy Karen? I feel like she's got expertise.
Mr. 15.
You'd probably hear the gist of the conversation, but you're not going to hear word for word.
Oh no, that's
But
totally
you'd
fine.
get the gist that they're talking about the Prescott crew, and you can hear them talking about like how they've changed and maybe like cultism and things like that. You hear the gist of the conversation. You don't hear the gooey nuggets.
You probably hear the last line like from Josiah, like "Don't hesitate," that kind of thing, and word for word. But yeah,
She just kind of, well, I'm guessing she's by herself by the campsite, just kind of tilts her head slightly and then goes back to whatever she's doing, like almost clocking it, noting it, and storing it away for later because we have time.
Pinning it on the board with a big tick saying, yes, I was right.
All I can think of is if what we think is correct, damn you, Matt. Damn you. Because I honestly did not believe what this is, and I nearly managed to convince Rose that she was wrong about it. I'm not going to hear.
I threw a couple of red herrings in.
I was right.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop hearing that now.
Just for the watchers, I'm a big conspiracy theorist, and this was one of my conspiracies, and I've just been proven right, so it's not going to end ever again.
Told you so. Told you so.
Mm-hmm.
No, cool. Note it down. Save it for later. It's between them. Something's going on. I'm not going to get involved.
But the night will now get to a point where obviously people are going to want to start bedding down for the night. And as people do begin to rest, I believe the first people are going to be beginning their eyeballs to the surroundings.
Yes, power to me. Who's anyone with me or by myself? I don't mind.
Well, I don't mind doing a watch. I only need to rest for 4 hours, so yeah, I can do it.
Well, I'm up all night anyway.
Oh, actually, that's a good. That's actually a quick point, Carl, because you know your custom lineage.
Yeah.
If I remember right, the only thing you took from the sea elf side of things is the water breathing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you do. No, it's alright because.
Yeah, I'll do sleep.
It's alright because last. No, you can't.
I can't. I just don't get nothing from it.
Yeah, but you still need to sleep 8 hours. Like you can't. Yeah, that's fine. It's right because the only reason. Well, yeah, the only reason why I was just double checking is because I assume the way you explained it, I assumed that it was you were doing like an elven meditation, like for sleep swapping.
I'm more than capable of doing the elven meditation. I get nothing for it.
Okay, cool.
Knackered.
Cool. I just wanted to double check because I was just a bit confused.
Yeah.
That's all. Right. So, are you advantaging your perception, or is Nivara rolling as well?
I was going to say that, Navarro, because I can see you've rolled as well. So what do you want to do?
No, that roll was to see
sure.
how.
Do you want me to roll again then?
Yeah,
that
that 15 was spying.
Okay, cool.
Spying.
I'll take the first one, the 15.
You stop, and the noises of the jungle and the surrounding area, you can hear faint noises as the activity increases. You can hear branches breaking, you can hear animal calls, you can hear hissing, you can hear the birds flapping and stuff. Nothing ever comes anywhere near you guys and near your camp, especially with the fire going, and like you basically create like a beacon in the jungle. Nothing ever gets close, but you do always hear the distinct activity of the nocturnal side of this island. Your watch goes uneventful, but good. And eventually, in the dead of night, rather than the early stages, you will cost those who are to do the second eyeballs to the surrounding area for their watch. So you can close yours.
Coolio.
Was Josiah and Dax who was second watch?
Yeah.
Just wait one up.
The both of you wait up as Josiah dibs Dax. Is there anything you guys do, or if not, just please roll me some perceptions.
Well, it's like, have you got those tarot? You got those cards?
I indeed have, yes.
Yeah, do me.
Quickly, just getting it. I'm quickly getting it up.
So not doing a watch then.
Well, throughout the ages, how many people on watch have been playing with cards? Like countless.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, so we do a tarot reading for Josiah.
Josiah.
What was that?
You normally let me roll, don't you?
Yeah, but it's after. It's okay. I didn't call for it, but I'll honor it. I'm just quickly reminding myself of the cards to see them what would fit, because, like, as I say, I have to. I do these like as you guys request them.
Yeah.
I need a pen.
The first card that you get is the ghost. Yes, the ghost.
Ghost.
All right.
And placing out the cards, this one is the first one that jumps into your hand, and it is placed entirely normally. Following that, and picking through the cards, and there's a lot of cards that almost deceptively jump towards you, but then don't at the last second, just as you go to actually reveal them. It kind of, you feel the pull leave. You actually flip another card, and you notice the card is damaged. The art side of the card is damaged heavily, but you can make out a tempter. And following that, you continue, and again, as you're going through the cards, a lot of them go like, pick me, pick me. No, not really. And it's frustrating, because it's almost as if the person in front of you, and I can give you this for the 20, there are many different paths at the minute available, and the cards are having a hard time understanding the path in which is set for Josiah. But the final card that comes out is the Beast. Looking over these three cards, Your understanding of the ghost card, Dax, is usually the returning of something once thought lost, be it a memory, a secret, an old enemy perhaps. And it usually signifies that something is imminent to return, something that was long, long gone. Following on from that, you try to make understanding of the Tempter card and why it is damaged. It's usually a card given to somebody who, unbeknownst to them, is heading down a darker path and is usually being led on or led astray by a greater power, a person of greater power, or someone close to them, maybe not so close. It's hard to tell usually where the source is. Reasons for it being damaged, though, damaged cards usually akin themselves to the fact that there's already a path in motion to stop the meaning of this card, but it is not yet fully done.
No, ongoing thing.
So things have been put in place that are disrupting the meaning of this card, but it is not complete. There is still a chance that this could be made true. And finally, Beast. Again, there's multiple meanings for this card. Usually something of great emotion, great passion, great rage, or maybe something that's lurking just below the purview of the person, be another person, an animal, a greater power, fate that they have yet to discover, but there's something lurking and something looming that's probably going to show itself soon. And that's all you get. And with it was a nat 20, that's why I've given you a lot more explanation rather than leaving it to you to figure out.
Yeah. Interesting. So this first card here, I take it you have an interesting past.
I'm a pirate, mate. What do you expect?
Very true. I guess it might be maybe to do with that ship that we were fleeing from, or maybe something else.
I mean, turn something that's lost. I lost my ship. I lost my crew. Maybe I get one of those back.
Maybe, but something is coming back. The second card, though, it disturbs me deeply, especially with it being damaged. It's not very often I see this very card.
Can't say it for that one.
No. But what I can tell you, keep on the path you are at the minute. It might lead you to darkness and temptation. And then there's the last one here. Similar to Cobby the Ghost one in some ways, but I think something's manifesting ready to return. I think for something like that, you need to keep an eye out.
I mean, whatever's got the crew I was with hasn't got me, so maybe that's part of what it means. I don't know.
Possibly. Just out of curiosity, Danny, how often would I've seen that Tempter card just as a generic?
In its like normal, just as it is form, because essentially it's like the card, the Tempter. I'll read the exact description from the list you've given me. One who has been compromised or led astray by temptation or foolishness. One who tempts others for evil. It can also mean, and this is my interpretation to it as well, someone who's being affected by such a thing. Not necessarily being the tempter themselves, but being affected by a tempter. It's up to you how often you... Because at the end of the day, I would say it's probably on your discretion of how common certain cards come up compared to others.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to sit here and go, okay, did you read this person? Did you read the fruit vendor? Do you know what I mean? I'm going to leave that semi up to you. Because you know who you would do readings for. And I will allow you, within some discretion, an assumption of what you may have found.
Yeah, because then obviously, initially often I would check the cards conditions anyway.
The cards, before you use them and before you conduct a ritual, are always in perfect condition. The condition of the card when it comes out is always a thing that can contribute to the meaning of the ritual. Like, as an example, when you did, I believe it was Vlad's, one of the card's artworks was inverted.
Yeah, so they can change.
Yeah. The condition of the card, the way it is drawn, how it looks after it's drawn, all connects to a greater meaning of different ways a certain card can be interpreted.
Right. Gotcha.
The fact that, and as I said, a damaged card can sometimes mean that this is something that is a fading thing affecting the person, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's gone.
Yeah.
It's something that is weaker than it once was and is probably being stopped, foiled, change of direction, something like that. But the fact that it's still there rather than just not drawing it at all means there's a possibility that it can still happen.
Also say is this, be careful on the path that you choose. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen.
Wow. At the minute, is stay alive will become dead. So, yeah, picking the stay alive path.
Very wise.
He sort of gives like a cursed nod.
And then I'll just quickly check over the just the conditions of the other cards just to make sure everything's in order. Then
every
put
card,
them away.
once the ritual is finished, and you put all the cards back into a deck and then flip through them, you notice that every card is perfect, even the Tempter card. Now the ritual is finished and you've put all the cards back together. It's perfectly as fine as it was before the ritual.
Yeah.
Your turn, and your watch goes, as the peak of night passes and the twilight hours before dawn begin. Who is doing the third watch?
I can do one.
I can do it as well if you need.
Yeah, obviously I was still up anyway, so.
Yeah, I shall perception.
Okay.
Your watch goes very uneventful, except when dawn has fully crested and the day's starting to be had, about probably an hour or so, maybe a bit more, before the rest of the party are ready to wake up, realistically. You hear explosions in the distance, eastward. You hear a chain detonation of probably about 3 or 4 loud explosions. And then silence. It does
Cannon
wake
fire.
everybody up.
Would I recognise it as cannon fire?
It's an explosion.
Yeah, it's either it's an explosion. It's either cannon fire or it's the mines.
It was the 3 in succession that made me wonder.
You wait as all of you wake up and suddenly, like, alert at what woke you up. There are no further noises and commotion that follow, and you wait for a moment. You were almost expecting, like, shit, someone like clocked onto us or something, but that anxiety goes relatively quickly as you realise that it's far too distant and there is no more to be had.
Mm-hmm.
But the dawn of the day is blessed with explosions.
Nice. So, yeah, quickly pack up and let's get to somewhere where we can see what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it's a Tchaikovsky dawn.
So you guys slowly pack up your camp. Has anyone rolled any hit dice for their rest? If they wish to, you don't have to, obviously.
I'll be okay, I think.
I'm alright.
Mm,
I got healed
what
back
does
up anyway.
so yeah,
Yeah.
the level up hasn't applied to us yet either, has it?
No, the level up will apply. Just obviously any missing health remains. Any unused spell slots, like if you've used a spell slot, it still is missing. But any spell slots you gain, any hit points you gain, I will allow you to have them. And any abilities, I will allow you to have them from now.
Okay, that's good.
I used to level up like that, and it's I'm on the fence
So-
with it. I just don't have a nice way of like implementing it. So for now, it just is effective immediately.
So am I like my old current hit points, but with a new HP maximum? Is that?
Yeah, so obviously apply the new maximum HP, but any health that you were missing, you're still missing. But but the HP
So-
you've gained from leveling up, you do gain.
If you were missing 4 HP from your original hit
You're
points,
still missing 4 HP.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right, got you.
And if you use a level 1 spell slot and say you gained a new level 1 spell slot, you're still missing 1 spell slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just imagine that you were level 2 and you've still lost all the shit you used yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I obviously give you the choice to use hit dice if you wish, but obviously if you don't want to, you don't have to. But you guys will pack up the camp, continue eastward towards the mines.
Yes.
Well, we do-
Explosions. Yeah.
I
That's what I
will
assume.
mention to Vlad just about the healing part, and so Nivara will explain that unfortunately, if she uses that spell, healing will not apply until it has been a sufficient amount of time that it goes away. It stops the healing process because it stops time effectively on the person. She'll try and explain it as best as possible to Vlad, just so he's got a bit of a heads up. Trying to heal people, if I've accidentally hit them, does not
Yeah.
work.
I think the best advice we can get on that is don't hit us. But thank you for telling me. I
It
should
was an
bear
accident.
that in mind. I understand. I was just jesting with you. Accidents happen.
Yes, apologies, Wade. I did not mean to stab you in the back quite so soon.
Quite so soon. Okay.
A little morning jest.
Yeah, he is laughing along with you. It happens. It's fine.
Good. But yes. With that long rest, would we be able to change up spells as
Yes. Yeah, although you're not gaining things that you would normally get from a long rest, I'm not going to be that mean. I will allow you to change spells.
Cool. I will, as kind of recompense, but I can help you a little, if you do not mind. Give you something.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Gift of Alacrity on Wade. So essentially, basically, it allows you when you roll initiative to roll an additional D8 on top of it.
Oh, okay.
We even?
Well, I don't know what you did.
I made you quicker, so I sped up the time.
How
So
long
if
does
we are
that
going-
last?
I'm just waiting now because unfortunately, my internet is going extremely slow at the moment. Gift of Alacrity. Bear with me just 2 seconds.
If it only lasts for 10 minutes, then
No, I think it lasts for 8 hours.
I think it's like a mage armor thing.
Yes, it is. Oh my god, sorry. 8 hours. So if you're the entire 8 hours, you have a additional D8 on your initiative rolls.
So you've got well
Okay.
until the late afternoon, possibly.
cool.
It is just a little help. It just speeds you up.
All
I
right.
increase your time. It is weird. Time is like a tapestry. Sometimes you pull on a thread and something happens.
It gives you a confused look.
Do not worry, we will explain more at a later date.
Did you say hug?
Look,
Clock.
Hug.
Oh, I was like, right, okay.
yeah, so, yeah, how to explain time? How about I just say that for the next 8 hours, you are able to be quicker if we are going to enter into an encounter with where we are going to fight. You will go quicker.
Okay. It's like a coffee.
Coffee?
It's like I've had a coffee. I'm more alert. I react a bit better.
Sorta. Basically, I adapted the change around you so that you experience time in a different way, but just for that short, sharp burst. It's not going to be all day. Everybody else is slow around you. It's just in that moment, time will slow for you, so you can go quicker.
When the adrenaline kicks in, it really kicks in.
Exactly. Excellent way of putting it.
But as you guys continue onwards, as you can see on the map, I have now obviously shown you the entire southern side of the Shock Jade Expedition Island. You guys will eventually start seeing as trees become less and less sparse, and you can see the odd tree where the stump has been left from where logging has been done. And you can obviously, that's a very obvious sign that you're getting towards the sign of civilization. It seems that they have cut the trees in a very peculiar way. Rather than just cutting the entire amount of trees in a specific area, what they've done is they've cut a few trees, leaving some, probably in the hope that seedlings and cores will regrow from the trees that are left, possibly. But you start noticing signs of trees that have been felled.
Sure. Are they using it for shipbuilding or for the mine shafts? They want sustainable lumber.
Probably. Building all the buildings, yeah.
Keep pushing forward as you guys are discussing this. And eventually, and when I say eventually, we're talking this entire travel is probably like an hour, maybe. The explosion was incredibly loud and must have carried incredibly far, because eventually you will start seeing more and more trees missing, and it makes you take a bit more of a careful approach to not be seen, just in case. But eventually you will see about 300 foot away or so, where there's where like the trees are very, very sparse now, and it's more like an open meadow and plains. You can see a wooden wall that's been erected, and you can see 2 or 3 guards at a time walking on the top of the wall. You can see a singular tower, you can see gates, you can see the masts of the ships overlooking the gates. Just as an FYI, just for a rough idea, you are like up here, you see where that little like wooden encampment is, but you're more coastal than the actual thing.
Is there any like sign of smoke or like the explosions we heard earlier?
There are multiple signs of smoke and dust in the air, but it could be from bonfires, could be dust from explosions. But there's like multiple like trails. It's industrialized is a good way of putting this. But on the wall, you can see written in big green and white letters the name McFairley. And I'll just put that in the chat just so you guys have got it. And that's the name written across.
So what is the plan then? I have one if we just want to get off the island, but if we wanted to snoop around, I'm not so sure.
One possible way is our ship, which was heading towards Crescent Slants or something to that effect, was boarded by pirates and we made an escape attempt.
I was going to
Eventually,
just tell the truth. We were literally dropped on an island. We just don't tell them we meant to be here.
yeah, we just got dropped. We just got told, get aboard the ship and go.
Mhm.
Or we could even say that we think we were dropped off a tribute for these pirates that are patrolling this shore.
Points at yes, and like, yeah, exactly. I mean, no lying necessary either.
No.
The thing is that pirate ship docked?
We cannot see.
We don't know. Let's hope not.
None of the masts above the wall bear a Jolly Roger.
Or a giant silver
Oh.
fortress.
That too.
In that case, then we've got nothing to lose by being honest at this moment in time.
Depends how
Honesty-
aggressively they defend this place, but yes. So, on alert, but non aggressive.
Just let them know the basics, the minimum, really,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and let's see what we can get away with.
I guess Josiah sort of goes swaggering towards the gate with his hands up.
Yep. Follow suit.
We will all follow suit, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
Okay.
What
You
the
will-
fuck, UK?
You will all make
Yeah.
your way to the wooden gate. And and relatively quickly, because you're not hiding or anything like that and making yourselves aware, they will obviously spot you, and you can see they're immediately on alert. They're not like pointing weapons at you or anything, but you can see weapons in hand ready. And as you guys make your way up to the gate, you can see probably 6 or so are paying very close attention to you guys. Like, the patrols along the wall have stopped, and they're now watching you guys. And as you get close enough, one guy stood above the gate, kind of leans over and looks at you all and goes, "State your business here. How did you get here?"
Which one do you want first?
Don't think.
Don't
I
be
think-
clever.
How the fuck did you get here?
We walked here, really, didn't we?
We were marooned on this island from a ship we were being transported on.
What ship?
Yeah.
Which ship?
What was it called?
Do we ever get the name?
You did.
Zitana Sons.
Yes, that one.
Good to know that somebody is taking notes.
Turns to the guy next to him, speaks. "We don't know that ship. When did you get put here? And where?"
Yesterday, down that way. They dropped us off a tribute for a pirate ship.
We've been
Pirates.
lost in the woods all night.
Make a deception check.
Deception.
Well, you're saying that the trading ship, like, dumped you off here, ain't you?
That's what he believes.
He believes he's right.
Um, Go on, make a persuasion. You're
I mean, I think there's
fundamentally,
some-
you're fundamentally lying through because you chose to be here. You know what I mean. You were taxied.
Mhm.
Alright. Deception. I can't
But-
get lower than an 8, so let's see. 11. So that's not
So that's a
a
13.
13. Yeah.
Okay. Huh. So why are you here then? You're aware that these are for the McFairley company employees only.
We have no idea where we are. We were just dropped. If there is a place that we can go, please point us in that direction and we will head that way.
You see him kind of like pucker his lips slightly, like in a like he's trying to think.
We're capable sailors. We could work on a vessel to get off this island.
It's not our call, sorry. The ship's here for these guys to use. It's a bit of a fucker, though, that you've been dropped here because we're the only place on here that we're aware of that's even lived in.
Well, maybe if you send us towards your supervisor and we could have this discussion, maybe they would
Oh, no.
pay off.
Yeah, wait there. Wait there.
Thank you very much for your time.
And you'll see him disappear from the battlement and out of view, and the other 5 or so that are watching you stay watching you.
Mhm.
And about 2-3 minutes go by and nothing.
Oh,
Nope.
What?
We had a
We
ping
lost
that was
someone.
going.
Who?
We lost a Rose.
Oh. Well, she said her internet was playing up, so about 2-3 more minutes go by and nothing. They're still watching you. And just as like some of you are a bit on the verge of getting impatient, the gate, sorry, not the door, will eventually crack open slightly, and you will see a well-built man in leather armor, flanked by 2 other people in leather armor as well, come out towards you all. And you can see the same person that you were speaking with return to the wall. And you'll see this person walk up briskly towards you. Right, well, I've been informed that you've been marooned here by a ship called the Tanner's Sons, is that correct?
Yes.
And you have no other inkling and reasoning as to why you were brought here rather than anywhere else?
As I said to the man on the wall, they were talking about tribute to a pirates clan in the West Passage year, and they didn't want gold; they wanted people. We were dropped off, and as we were rowing to shore, we saw a pirate ship approach us, and we headed into the jungle to avoid them.
And he'll mumble something to himself, or like semi-quietly. If anyone wants to listen in, they may.
Try
Yeah,
it.
I'll try.
Yeah, I'll try to listen, see if he knows.
Yeah.
Perception, yeah.
Yeah.
Bit doing insight time.
You're doing an insights, okay.
Yeah. See what his facial expression is.
Okay. The insight first, you can gather that the man is obviously perturbed, cautious, and maybe a little intrigued at the situation. That's about all you can gather at the minute. Very base and general body language. Kayla, Wade, and Vlad, you all kind of hear him mumble something along the lines of, well, at least that tracks with what we saw the other day. This ship, you say, the one that was looking for you as a sacrifice or something, describe it. I'm assuming you all saw it, yes?
Yes.
Give the standard description of what it looked like.
Any markings, name? Did anyone make themselves presents to you? Anyone you recognized?
Some sort of tower.
Yeah, so like metallic tower.
Right. You're aware of this vessel operating. Although it does intrigue me as to why a merchant ship, you say, the Tannis Sons, would dump you here. Even still, if they're looking for people for payment.
You're obviously a man of distinguished, distinguished, and a man of trade. You know of the tolls placed on the passages through these islands.
I'm aware, yes, but usually,
it seems
usually by this
sorry.
point they're already paid for.
Well, it seems whoever commands the Western Passage now has changed the terms of the toll and seems to be taking people now.
That is most concerning. Last we saw of the metallic towered ship, they came close to our island yesterday before, we believe, engaging with a merchant ship outside of the archipelago.
Oh,
Hello?
hello.
Oh,
Hello? Oh,
Ew.
it's a tense moment then. What was happening?
We were getting the download on what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yes, when the vessel came close enough, we sent one of our ships out to investigate and to ward off anything. I assume that was when you all were infested here.
Must have been after
That's the
we
one.
left. After we left, it must have been you approached.
no. Thanks.
Do you know? Two things. Do you know the ship attacked and what were the explosions this morning?
The explosions this morning are our work. We had a new tunnel system that we wanted to implement, but we needed the appropriate dynamite to open it. Fairly standard practice across all mines, if I'm not mistaken.
We were just cautious as the last thing we knew we were being chased by pirates. We hoped that a nearby place was not being attacked.
As I said, the vessel that you're on about, the metallic towered one, I don't know its name, nor do I know its owners. They chased and engaged with the merchant ship that left westward, and we didn't see them return. Once we saw that they were not docking on this island, we left them be. So, do you have plans of leaving this island?
If we can.
Do you not
We
have
no way of
means?
we have no means of doing that ourselves now.
Fuck's sake. Ah, right. Do you have coin to pay for passage or anything like that then?
We have
We have
some,
coins.
or we can-
Depends on our money.
yeah, and we can work our way.
You can work your way. You can work.
Just have
Tell you what. I would allow you all to work your way out of here, passage. If you're willing to work in the mines, help us extract what we're here extracting, and then you may board one of the vessels that will be bound for one of the outposts, and you can be left there.
Which outpost?
The closest one to here, I think, would make the most sense. Either Crescent Slants or Ulster's Den. We have ships going all across this archipelago, but one of the nearer ones would make the most sense. Get you there. It would mean you would have to work with us least. Unless you wish to work more and go further afield.
Matt, have you told us about Ulster's Den?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd
Yes.
be like, I think
Leave
Ulster's
Lloyd.
Den sounds appealing, but
Pleasant.
a way out is preferable.
Well, Ulster's Den is one of the closest outposts to here, at least. So I'd be more than happy to facilitate that, and for 7 of you, say a week's work, and you'll get your passage there. Should be sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not rejecting that order. I'm suggesting an alternative.
I've got. Suggest.
And he'd just be like, we're not too bad at killing things that come in our way. And I'm just thinking for maybe danger pay, we kill some flora fauna, and then we're on our way in a day or two.
Make a persuasion check.
Right. Can't get under an 8. That's a 20.
It's not bad. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. So you're all figuring yourselves to be some adventurers, then, I assume.
Thereabouts.
And what is your name? Have you made a name yet?
They all just look sad, I imagine, at this point.
We don't particularly have any kind of name or group. We're just a few skilled people at the moment. But a
So,
few skilled people that seem to be.
and have you made any name for yourself elsewhere? Have you done any work like this before, or is this a new journey?
We did get called the Ringmasters Generals once.
Yeah.
It's not a name we'd like to stick.
Speak for yourself.
It's Ivory Sands Outpost. We dealt with a dwarven invasion and... Oh yeah, to start with dwarven invasion.
Interesting. I suppose I could come to some arrangement then, if you're willing to deal with some vile creature that's in the local area affecting our work. If
Josiah will like look at the rest of the party and be like, "What do you say? Day or two, like kill a monster and then fuck off in a day or two, or work in a mine for 7 days."
Monster.
I have no problem with either.
Well, I'll go mining if the creature kills with some of you.
I just think that if we were to work here for a week, there might be other problems elsewhere that we should be dealing with at some point, and time will be of the essence at some point. So, minimal amount of time. I vote monster.
Makes sense, my lady.
Right, well, I have a thing for you that might work then, and we will say that 2 days you have to kill the beast, and assuming if it is dead and you're bringing back proof, we can facilitate such a thing.
Yeah, Josiah will spit in his hand and hold it out.
Yes, he will tentatively shake the hand. Follow me. I will lead you in and I will show you a map of the island as well as where you will be heading. So just give me a sec while you guys are led inside this heavily fortified encampment, and you can see the walls with embattlements placed all around, and you can see there are currently 4 ships moored up. They're all on the smaller end and have what looks like cargo capacity about them, but they do have defensible emplacements, cannons and ballistas and other such things. Just quickly revealing the entire... There you go, guys.
Ooh.
As you would eventually be brought to the map room and you will be shown this map. Right. You can see probably close to 2-3 dozen heavily armored guards, and then a workforce of probably 50 or 60 walking around. Rather than like an actual cave mine shaft, the excavation at the moment that you can see is more like an open quarry. Good night, Midnight. Thank you. But you can see that there are people working, and you can see there are large chunks of stone and then large chunks of this dark green jade, but you can see that every so often, if you look at it as you're walking past, it literally you see, like, like a plasma ball.
Mhm.
You can actually see the waves of energy inside it. And when a bigger piece is broken, it all then shifts so that always in the center of one solid piece of stone is a ball of energy, and it like crackles out. And then when a large piece gets made into a small piece, the core, the energy gets essentially split into the two pieces, and it just infinitely goes down, even down to a powder level, where the powder just glows because it's so small you can't see the actual individual workings of the shock. But the actual jade powder just glows. And you see this because obviously you can see carts coming past, and you can see where masons are cutting it and shaping it into various different sizes and pieces of different things. And you can obviously see the different sizes being cut and worked.
Josiah will like keep his sword in scabbard, but hold it up and hit the hilt against the jade who's walking past it.
And like a plasma ball, as you do, a lot of the energy completely painless, no issue like that. But you watch as it all attracts.
So hits the point of impact.
Yeah, it's very much just like the proper plasma ball things. But it's not just hands and body. If anything touches it, it moves and reacts accordingly. It's quite fascinating because as you walk past, you hit on one of the larger pieces. It's like a torso piece, but then you can see smaller pieces. Thank you, Carl, for the 22 bits, dude. You see 22 pieces of shock jade all lined up. That I guess, and you can see that they're all glowing individually and stuff, and it's quite interesting. You can see the masons as they're working with it, as they got the hand on the one piece. You can see it all moves to the hand, and then as they move away to put the chisel and the hammer, and it all moves and reacts. It's super hypnotic and super fascinating at the same time.
As we walk there,
yeah.
Can I to the guy that we're talking to and just be like, so what is the main use of this shock jade? What is it used for?
The shock jade is used in most enchantments, mostly for what's the fucking word? I've forgotten.
I love how he's been sophisticated this entire time.
No, that's me. I've forgotten.
Yeah.
Is it
what's
institution?
What's the word for elemental magics?
Oh, evocation.
Yes, that's the word. That's the word. Yeah, it's mostly used for evocational enchantments. As far as I'm aware, it also makes a fascinating light source, and as I've been heard that it's been used in multiple applications for illusionary work, and as well as even some aristocratic folk like to have larger pieces to make furniture with. I've even heard of people going as far as making chairs and tables out of this material.
How fascinating.
It's relatively harmless unless it's used in the right way. Which is why I'm able to
rich people.
Yeah, you could just imagine a table made out of the shit. So when your plate's put down and all the fucking your plate glows. Yeah, you could almost imagine plates and bowls and glasses and cups all being made of this hypnotic glowing material. And then again, another application is lighting.
Keeping up with the Joneses, they all got fucking shock jade tables.
Yeah, so you could almost imagine a big chunk of this could be put into a lantern, like a hooded lantern or something for directional use, and it creates this transmuting light effect because it's obviously moving and glowing rather than just a solid light from a candle or something. And obviously it's using evocational magics because obviously its base property is electricity and shock. It can be used to enchant to such a level for so you could basically make shock weaponry out of it, so does electrical damage and thunder damage and things like that. And that's essentially the gist of what he's explaining. It has many uses. Currently, the mine that we're dealing with there, and gestures to the one that you can see where people are working, it looks like we're getting towards the end of that endeavour, but we've located many more across this island at least, where we can begin more operations and more mining, which, hopefully, if you're here to do as you say, and you don't perish in the task, you should be able to help us open such an area. And you eventually get led into a small room, and you can see that it's a cartographer's room, and it's been expertly done. And someone who's very knowledgeable has done this island up extremely, extremely well, which is why I've obviously expanded it, because you can see charts upon charts, even down to the fact that they've got like charts of the entire island, and then there are some charts where they've broken the island down into squares and then done square by square, very, very detailed maps of the entire island. And you can even see the small sister island that's off the east coast.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we've had the reports that we've been finding more and more Jade deposits across this island, but as you can see here, that yellow line is a lot thinner than I was expecting, but that's okay. He points. Here we've found a rich deposit, far richer than the one here on the coast. So we made plans for an expeditionary force to go and have a look. However, only one of them returned. The others apparently were, apparently, as far as I was made aware, eaten. There is word of large lizard-like creatures that roam there, some as big as houses, as far as I've been made aware. Your job will be, should you wish to not mine, as it were, and make sure the beasts are kept at bay, so we can put a foothold in. You have
Alright.
dealt with large beasts before, yes? Lizards and the like?
Yeah. We killed some yesterday. He probably has like the remains of some of the tail from yesterday and
Yeah,
holds
you've
it
got
up.
tails.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Obviously, you had that, so that would have alleviated ration usage as well. Cool. Huh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'll give myself back a ration.
Yeah, give yourself a ration back, yeah. There was no adverse effects from eating it. You were okay this time.
How tasty were they though? That's the important thing. Were
Pretty-
they good eating?
It was good. It was good.
Oh, fair enough.
Probably makes you regret not taking the whole cow.
Yeah, the whole thing. It pulls me to this day not taking the whole thing.
Well, we've got a lot more that we're probably going to go have to kill now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yay, murder.
let me double check my descriptors.
Yeah, so you probably say to the guild masters, and we're like, yeah, we'll have a few more. It was bloody delicious.
Well, as far as I'm aware, the creature that, or at least the creatures, there is more than one of them, you see, they're roaming on that center shale plateau, as well as other parts of the island, but, well, at least when they're roaming there, we have better use of dealing with them because they are rather large. But on the shale plateau, we have had word of large four-legged creatures with scales and spines along their back, and a large heavy tail, one that could be used as a bludgeoning weapon. And these were the reports that came back from the expeditionary force that went there. Apparently, they made word of about 5 or 6 of them. I have no idea how strong they are, but I was made aware that they are incredibly strong and had the means and the appetite to deal with some of our people in a rather uncouth way. If you can make sure and give word that this plateau is clear and made clear, I don't know, make sure there is some meaningful way that we can teach these beasts not to come back.
Clearly, a few dead bodies.
That would be most useful. You do that, and we will provide you with a small resource pack to get you there. We'll call it even, and we will get you to Ulster's Den on the first ship leaving. And if you do sufficient enough work, maybe compensate you for your work as well on top of, as a goodwill gesture, as it were.
That seems a fair deal to me. And he'll like look towards the group.
Sounds more than fair.
Good. So, for the sake of keeping our paperwork in line, I will have each of you read your names aloud, and we'll have a scribe take down everything on a contract. We like to keep our work all correct and written. We're not like some village chief that will just do work on word. We have to report all these earnings back, and the costings have to be explained for.
Of course.
So, Lizzie, if you mind, please, take all of these people's names down and have them put down to do work over the next 2 days for dealing with the large lizard creatures on the Shale Plateau here on the archipelago. And upon completion and brought back proof, they are to have passage and a tip of my discretion to Ulster's Den. They are also to be given a Category 2 resource pack for this expedition, as well as a map so they can get themselves there. Understood, Liz? Yes, sir. I will get that all written up as soon as I am able. Good, Liz. Thank you. If you all would now leave with her, she will get it all written up, and you can leave as soon as you are ready. Preferably soon, yes?
Of course.
Good.
Mhm.
Now, off with you, please. Follow Liz, and she will guide you to where you need to be. And Liz will take you outside. Right, so, thank you for coming and doing your work. She will eventually, unless anyone has an issue with it, she will eventually take all of your names. As one by one, it will be, can I have your name, please? Can I have your name, please?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
Barnet. Do you give the entire thing?
Oh yeah.
The entire fucking mess.
Yes, Ringmaster General Barney Dax Vlad, Baron Kennedy. Oh, I can't read that part.
Or
Uh,
skip.
For
no.
legal reasons, hold on. The edit was in the way. Hold on. For legal reasons, the Baron parties are non-diplom and has a claim to lordship. No.
As you mentioned, Vlad, my eyes will be on you. And obviously, if people want to know, just to know I frown.
But just as an out of character thing, he's just given every single one of them names to this woman.
Oh, wait, he's now giving them away because she
Yeah.
has asked, "Can I have your
Yep.
name?"
Yep.
So they're no longer in discussion.
But Barnett has now lost all of his names.
Yep, Barnet is now
You did
nameless.
Barnett's gone as well. He gave her his name.
No, it's in trouble because he gave Barnet away as well.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
But eventually, the details as was described.
Just to
will be-
clarify, so Nebby's gave all that away. Does that mean he's lost power over the names that have all been said? All of them?
Well,
I
no,
mean, to be
because Liz now owns them.
Yep.
Yeah, but he no longer has ownership of them.
If she's a fae, she owns them, but he no longer has them.
That's fine then, okay.
I mean, to be absolutely clear about this, we don't know he actually has any ability other than he's just adding the names to his own.
Yeah, to be fair, it's a very meta thing anyway. You guys don't actually know it. But
I think we would need something was up from him going, my name is Barnet, Vlad, Dax, blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
Something's going on, but
I think
not exactly.
I think in game we have clocked that he takes things like literally in like fayish, like we have had those, yeah.
right.
I will give my name Nivara Zelosian to
Eventually,
Lizzie.
and again, it's a case of unless anyone has a specific nitpick, it'll all be given over, and Liz will take it all down. Right. It says here that I'm to give you a Category 2 supply pack. And a
I
map.
just ask something.
Yes.
Why can't we get a priority 1?
What do you mean?
Well,
What's a priority 1 and why are we getting a priority 2? Is there some good
what's
stuff in the
one's worse than
priority
2
2?
though?
well,
No,
let's
no,
find out
no.
what.
The numbers aren't with priority and importance. It's more the contents. Because that's why they're categories. They're not priorities.
Okay.
Yes, if you wanted a priority category 1,
Yeah.
you'd be given 2 bags of dynamite.
Oh, can we have that one, please?
No.
Let's no. We'll find out exactly what they are trying to offer us.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
No. I'm only ever allowed to give what I'm told to hand out, as is part of my work. So,
Okay, if I tell you to hand out number 1, then you have to give it to us then.
No.
Priority 2. Would that be okay?
Just let's find out what she's actually trying to give us.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So, she will lead you to a warehouse where a quartermaster is, and she will obviously be talking with the quartermaster. I'm here to pick up a Category 2 resource pack here for the people here. And thank you. And a few moments will go by, and eventually things will start to be brought. As you all have backpacks and obviously carrying, it is void of those. You're not given the backpacks for it, but you will all be given 5 flasks of oil. And this is not each. This is for everybody. So hang on, I'll write it. So 5 flasks of oil. You will be given a hooded lantern.
Ooh.
Then you'll be given 3 days rations each. So that is each. You'll also be given a healer's kit, as well as 3 healing potions.
Nice.
That is everything that comes with it. You obviously don't need bags, so they've left those here, but it should be enough. Obviously, if you get into any bother, there is some provisions for healing, food for the travel, as well as means of looking through the night if you travel at night, for those that can't see very well. Is anything... Oh, the map as well. Obviously, the map of the island, which is revealed. So you know exactly where to go and paths and things like that. There's nothing else that we can give you, but within reason, we can sell items to you if you are in need, provided we have it and have no need for it. Is there anything else you feel you might need for your travel?
A category 1 bag?
No.
No.
Right.
As much as I like you, Barnet, I'm not sure if you trust your dynamite.
Unfortunately, all of the dynamite is spoken for, apart from those tasked with Category 1 expeditions. Is there any non-dynamite things you need?
I'll take some more arrows if you got. I'll take some like 10 arrows if you got them.
Arrows and ammunition, we have plenty of, yes. They are 2 gold for 20.
All right.
Yeah. Can I spot a big axe or a small axe at all?
So,
A smaller.
out of character, great axe for hand axe?
Is it battle axe next one down?
Yes.
Am I
Yeah, so you want to do
Yeah.
a great axe for a battle axe.
Because the axe I stole is a bit too big for me.
I
Stole?
don't think you want to admit stealing things, but
Did you say
Well,
it's,
Burrows.
did you say
He
it's stolen?
I think
No,
he said.
it's not. No,
I think he said that out of character, not in.
yeah.
Okay.
if you said it's in, that's even fine. Just get rid of him. That's fine.
We can facilitate that swap, yes. So yeah, just straight swap great axe for battle axe.
Yep. Delete the battle axe. I'm gonna get my new axe.
Yeah, they would
Can you
have. They
see what-
was tempted to charge you, but because it's a 20 gold difference anyway, it's kind of okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're already fleecing us for the arrows. So
Yeah, but go on, Rose. What was that?
I was just going to say, can we tell using the map at the distance we're about to travel?
I don't know if have I done the miles on this. Yes, I have. About 30 miles, so it's about a day and a half. Because the average party on foot can travel 24 miles in a day. If I remember reading that in the book somewhere. I think it was the DMG.
yeah, so we're
That's at a
already
standard pace.
yeah, so we're already part of the way through the day.
Yeah, because well, realistically, actually, you're gonna have to go like that and then up. So it's a bit more like that because you can't obviously
So
cross that
we're
river.
looking at more about 4 or 5.
So we're short on rations then.
No, 24 miles in a day.
Yeah, but we can't go as a crow flies. It'll take us 2 days to get there and 2 days back.
Right. Actually, yeah, no, that's fair. Add another ration each then.
Right.
They
And
would. The
we're
point
gonna
was
be
they would
4
give
days,
you. They would
yeah.
give you enough.
Yeah. They're never going to take enough days, and they're going to give us enough rations. Okie dokie.
Yeah. We'll say for the sake of the 2 days is the appropriate days.
Yeah, 2 days there, 2 days back,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Could I ask Lizzie a question? Sorry.
Yes.
Do you know that there is a boat heading out in 4 days' time?
Do I know if there's a boat heading out?
Yes, we are to travel on boats, right? In 4 days' time. If it's going to take us 2 to get there, 2 to get back, I just don't want us to be waiting around for a week to get another boat. Or is that something?
As far as I'm aware, a ship will be arranged for you. We have ships leaving and arriving regular.
That is totally fine.
As far as I've been made aware, that once you're done with your work, you will be sent to Ulster's Den. Yes.
I just didn't want it to be that in 4 days' time we then have to wait another week for that to be commissioned.
I see.
But that is totally fine. Sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if all of you are sufficiently equipped, I believe. Obviously, you all have your weapons, your armors, and other pieces of yourselves. Is there anything else we need so we may move on from here?
Oh, if we can get some water, please. I know you've given us rations.
That's fine. If you have water skins, we can fill those up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they'll just do that for you.
Do we have any notes or pathing information from the group that previously went through? I know we have the map, but do we have any journal logs or anything to say this? We went here, we did this to help our journey.
Not that I'm aware of. Apologies. The group that the foreman was speaking of. The only thing that I was aware of is that they went to search for new places to dig, and they found a stony place in the center of a lake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not aware of any documentation that I'm privy to.
Okay, it was just me more expecting the fact that they're doing an expedition. I would have thought they would have logged it so they could go like, okay, you go out a
but
day
obviously
this way. And
Lizzie is not aware of any logging of anything. That's
if there is anything you could find about that before we head out,
I can certainly ask the foreman. Yes, see if there's any more information if you think you need it.
Just safe thoughts. Like I say, we're going to be out there. If we need something for places to stop for water or areas to keep an eye out on to avoid or go through, would be useful.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Right, so if you all then want to go and wait over by the gate there, and she will gesture to the gate. And like you can see it from where you are. It's not terribly far. probably like 60 feet or so. I will go and quickly ask if there's any more information just to give you guys to be equipped. And then I will be back with you shortly, okay?
Okay.
And you'll see her just finishing writing up the contract as she's been the entire time you guys have been talking with her. She will go back in. Do you guys actually head to the gate, or do you do anything else?
How long roughly do we have?
How long is a piece of string?
Oh yeah. Okay.
You don't know how long she's going to take talking to that guy?
Do we have anything to take up our time? Anyone got any dice or cards while we wait?
Dax has got some cards.
You have cards?
Yeah, let's have a play then.
Oh no.
I have some rope.
I don't think it's the kind of cards that you two are thinking.
Oh, he tells your future. Or your
Ooh.
past, I'm not quite sure.
Oh, does he now?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
intrigued.
it's not your traditional cards.
It's not? How so?
It can make the path for someone's future. That's a very loose end. But
Really? Is it set in stone? How do you do it?
I basically draw some cards out, all very random, and I try and interpret the cards the best I can.
So it is guesswork based on cards
I like
saying
it.
There's a bit more to it than that.
Yes, it's guesswork.
I am intrigued. Would you like to do it on someone here so we can see?
What about you?
Me?
Yes.
I mean, okay, if you insist. Go on, show me your magic cards. Read my future.
As you wish.
I'm gonna walk away because I'm not interested. It's all false anyway.
He did, or didn't you?
Yeah.
There's
well,
a different
press
feeling.
gang.
There's a different feeling about this compared to the reading you did for Josiah.
Yeah.
Whereas with Josiah, the cards all seemingly had use, but then at the very last second didn't. There is a very, very clear distinction between the cards that want to remain in the deck and those that wish to jump out and be drawn. First one is the artifact. Following that is a upside down horseman. Death. Yes, yes. And the final one is the marionette. Can you roll me a d20?
No.
Nice.
Wow, it's on it today.
Jesus Christ, okay. Okay.
You don't need. Yeah, I'm just going to read everyone's future now.
Alistair Crowley over here, fucking hell.
The first one, being the artifact, usually refers to something, be it physical or otherwise, that must be either protected or destroyed at all costs. Given the fact that it is the right way up, you would probably lean towards the fact that it is something to be protected. Or without it, untold issues could be occurred. The second one, the horseman, that is upside down. The horseman usually prophesies disaster in the form of loss of wealth, property, death, loss of a loved one, illness, many, many forms. The fact that it's inverted could probably yield to the fact that while it is to do with, it is not connected directly to, if that makes sense. Nivara could be intrinsically connected to an impending doom of someone, something, somewhere, but it is not directly connected to her, which is why it's probably inverted. The final one, the marionette. Usually, and this is an interesting one, because it usually brings the presence of a person that is there to yield information to another power, a greater power, a different power, a spy, almost. For various reasons, for good, both good and bad, it doesn't necessarily... A spy is not always bad, but it usually gives presence to a spy or a minion of a greater power or something of a greater influence. You may explain as you wish.
So,
Can I
what
just
do
do
you
a
say?
quick insight check on her
You may.
after that last?
She's 3 kobolds in a jacket.
Yeah.
In a white dress, I might add, and a sun hat.
And a sun hat.
Oh,
She is intrinsically invested in what you are doing with the cards. Whether she believes it or not is her own thing, but she's genuinely curious as to your methodology and wants to show genuine interest. And
Yeah.
she's focused on the cards, and she's watched you flip these 3 cards, and then she looks up at you as you're like kind of, you screw your face reading them, and then you both look at each other for a second as you explain.
Okay, the first one is the artifact card.
Mhm.
So I'm guessing you like your artifacts.
I am a museum curator.
Ooh, very nice.
But now I am a traveling adventurer.
Mm.
Maybe a con.
This one, I get the vibe that something needs to be protected at all costs.
Okay,
Mm.
interesting.
The second one is also a very interesting one. This is the horseman, but upside down. This could be a disaster in some point in the future. Either linked to or yourself. I don't particularly know.
You mean to say that the card is telling you that I am going to cause a great disaster?
Or great disaster is coming for you.
How intriguing. And the last one?
The Marriott card. And then Dax just goes like dead quiet and like perhaps not around here.
Oh. Okay. I mean, it just seems like you randomly picked 3 cards out of the deck. But okay.
It's because he did.
I mean,
Trust me, these are not random. Oh, I didn't pick them myself. These are done magically.
just I understand about seers and whatnot, but I don't know if I have hidden the fact that I am a museum curator yet, or the fact that you could say impending doom is coming for anybody because we're about to fight up against pirates or the like. I understand and I appreciate the artistry that you have shown. But maybe if you would like to have a private conversation about this third card, I am open.
Just obviously not around a lot of people.
Do you mean Zizlot? And I will point at the rest of the party member? Or Zizlot and then the kind of wider expanse?
It very much depends. Obviously, definitely not out the wider lot. These clues may be included if you wish.
I nudged Josiah and whisper, she must be pregnant or something then.
Oh, no.
It's like, oh, she's got one of those problems you have.
Mm.
Yeah, perhaps it might be easier to fall 1-to-1.
Sorry.
I am open to that. Like I say, I do not want to hide anything from anybody else. I am an open book. Literally.
And then
I don't
Josiah will nudge Wade and say, maybe that's what got her in trouble in the first place.
Hey.
As you
I
guys,
wasn't laughing.
as the ritual is finished and promise of explanation later to come is made, Liz will walk back with a small scroll in her hand. Right, I don't have much. I wasn't allowed to divulge or explain or see the journals directly, but I've been given this map if I take the other one from you. And you'll see that there's an incline that's been drawn leading to the chateau. The Shell Plateau, not the chateau. Shell Plateau.
Called the chateau.
It's like, yeah.
That's what we're gonna find when it's there. It's just like, ah, yes, a chateau.
Well, this is the path that the
Pardon me.
ew.
Oh.
That is the path that the expedition took. I would imagine until where they encountered issues that it should be the safest path to take.
Should be fine then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and she'll like open a small brass pocket watch out of her pocket and look at the sky. Looks about right. It looks like, given the time of day, that you're an hour or two from noon. So, if you're planning on getting this work done, I would suggest leaving soon.
Yeah, we'll head off now, find somewhere to camp.
Good luck, all of you. Come back in one piece.
Thank you.
And we will have everything waiting for you if you so return. Then she'll shout up to the guy on the gate. Can we have the gate open, please? Thank you. The gate will be opened enough for you guys to step through, not fully.
Mhm.
You guys may leave if you so choose.
Let's do
Yeah.
this.
Let's head out.
You guys follow the path, I assume, that's been set before you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just double checking, that's all. So, you start heading out westward this time. And is there anything, again, I'm going to semi time skip it for those
Yeah.
that want to do anything, just let me know as you guys begin travel following the path on the map. And because of how well the map is, I'm going to say any means of following it is going to be with advantage. And if you take enough time, which you guys aren't rushing, you probably won't need, I'm not going to require rolls. Because you've got a very, very detailed and well done map with enough time, because obviously you guys aren't rushing and like tracking something quick. I'm not gonna. You'll be fine. If you hadn't have had that map given to you, then if you hadn't had a path to follow, then it would have still been rolls required.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been given a actual pathing, rolls are not required.
Hmm.
Midday comes, midday goes, as you all continue and briskly, cheerfully, and surprisingly intact. You guys approach that encampment with grace and some dignity, I guess.
What time of day at the moment when we get to this encampment?
No, I was on about the encampment you left.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said we approach. I do apologise.
The way you approached the encampment, I was referring to what you guys did.
Oh, okay.
But eventually, night will fall upon, and you will need to find a place to rest. There isn't like a proper camping spot, but again, a place can be made. And following this path, you notice as well that it seems to be devoid of any larger and problematic creatures. It seems that this path was obviously scouted out beforehand, and it's out of the territories of certain creatures that would do you harm. You'll eventually camp up, and the night will fall. And Dax, I want to give it back to you, because I'm assuming you'll probably go and tell Nivara how up the duffers she is.
Yes, congratulations.
Sorry?
As the two pirates wanted. No,
The two pirates, yes.
They're joking. I find humorous. It is nice to know that is the primary thing on their mind. But
That's
anyway,
it.
conversation with me.
Yes. This final card kind of disturbs me a little bit.
Okay.
The
How
meaning
so?
of this one's is presence of a spy.
A spy?
Whether it's within the grey group or someone that you've encountered previously or know well.
Like a spy? Like somebody
Yeah.
working against, but undercover.
Yeah. Could be good, could be bad. I don't particularly know.
It's a very neutral card, because obviously a spy can spy for many reasons. Doesn't necessarily always have to be bad.
Yeah.
That's the way I was interpreting it anyway.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to.
Well, I'm just, because he's got the nat 20, I'm and like the one before, I'm giving that little extra, just, you know. If he rolled shit, then I would have just left him to it.
I'm hoping he rolled shit, because it would have been funnier. But never mind. I applaud your natural 20.
Thank you.
So, what does it mean with the 3 cards together? Do you think?
Well, I think the fact that you've got something, a powerful artifact, or maybe coming into possession of one that needs to be protected. Someone will do anything to maybe get your hands on it, or probably aid you in protecting it.
Do you think that is within our friends in the party?
It could possibly, because as we don't know each other that well yet.
Well, it seems that you know a lot more about myself than I do. Or the pirates thinking that I am with child.
Well, maybe I'll let them think that. Might actually protect you a bit more.
Not needs protecting. I believe that if it is that this is not all, ghost stories and is something, maybe I will find what I am after. And maybe I will need you all to help me.
Of course. I would help in any way that I can.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I sense there's some good in you, and you were trying to help someone in the longest of the bigger goal.
Really? I mean, I appreciate your. The best way of explaining this. I appreciate your belief in my character. So you were also looking for something?
Yes, particularly, but I'll know when I see it.
Well, I have shared some things with you. Is it not customary to also divulge information?
It is, but not at this particular time.
Wish to keep it hidden?
I have to keep certain things hidden for not only my own safety, but everyone else's.
Does that include your mouth?
That gets taken a bit taken back by that. It's like,
I just mean that you have a face covering and I have not seen you without it. I assumed that I didn't want to dig too deep, but you seem to not really let it affect you.
Let's just say it's. I have something underneath which is not most pleasant.
I can guarantee I have seen worse. But that's all aside, I do not want to push you beyond what you are comfortable with. So, what do you think of the others? If you say that they are going to help me, do you believe that there might be a spy amongst us?
It's hard to tell at this minute. I think the two pirates.
You mean the lawman and the pirate?
Yeah, the lawman. Thought he was a pirate as well.
No. The fact that he's got the name the Sea Sheriff.
I think Adam knows. I think Adam's just trolling.
Yeah.
Yes, whilst we were in town, he was most helpful. And I do think there is more to their story than what we are seeing. Would you not agree?
Oh yes, I 100% on that. I think especially with that ship that's approached, I'm quite intrigued by that one.
Oh, definitely. It seems that they're after this Jacob Prescott because of some sort of untold ritual. I wonder if maybe the artifact I am looking for resides around Josiah's neck.
Perhaps indeed.
Maybe, but maybe we will see the monarch Spain again,
Hmm.
and we'll be able to have a conversation with this captain.
Hopefully, if we see him again in more neutral terms.
It seems that there is no neutrality to have. It seems that this is matters of the heart, not just in anger.
I think the fact that Josiah was eager to get away, while Wade was willing to stay to try and talk.
Almost adamant. I do understand he seems to be betrayed by this Jacob.
It does seem to be. Perhaps we'll get to the bottom of it.
I assume so. But I must give you thanks for not revealing that third card and its meaning to the others. They might interpret it very differently to the way that we have. It is
Yes.
good to be an ally. I can count on you as an ally, can I not?
Of course.
Good.
I think the Pegasus is probably the best story for it at the minute.
I do not think elven pregnancies last as long as since I have last lain, but I can go with it, I guess.
Yeah. It'll keep the heat off for the time being.
Mm-hmm. but not be direct about it, just let them think what they want to think, and I will just smile knowingly or whatever. It is the easiest way to deal with such.
That's it.
Most of the time, if you let people think what they want to think, they don't really push too much deeper. You know? Good. Shall we rejoin the others?
Yes, and set up camp and settle down for the evening.
Definitely.
And as each of you eventually will settle down, because of the path you guys have been given, while you still can do watches, I'm not going to require rolls because it is safe. Not enough, because you're still sleeping rough. And again, a short rest equivalent can be had. People can change spells and stuff, spend hit dice if you wish. But there's no risk of direct encounters. You've not got to worry like you did the previous night of like a wolf pack or something coming across you and like deciding to like take a bite out of someone's shit.
Would I be able to use arcane recovery? Oh, sorry, Daniel.
That's on a short rest, isn't it?
Mhm.
Then yes.
Cool, thank you.
Because essentially, you're doing short rest with extra steps.
Mhm.
And the extra steps being getting the sleep required for exhaustion.
Yeah.
But you made good travel. It seems the path that you're on is... It's not well traveled because it's not a road. It's still very much jungle. But there's enough landmarkings and stuff used on the map as it's very detailed, where you can traverse it clearly and quickly. And you can see where larger obstacles have been pre-removed. Things like fallen trees, you can see where they've been cut and then put to the side of like the quote marks road, path, whatever. And you can see where large, thick foliage is now like dried up and dying where it's been cut as it was probably like hanging in the way. And this is as morning is on you guys and pressing forward well into the midday. You can see on the floor, you can see where the foliage is starting to break away as the ground is getting wetter and wetter. As obviously, you're now at the... I'm saying you guys are roughly like here in this square, but just below where the water is. And as you're getting ready to then turn upwards towards the plateau, you hear very, very faintly a distant roar.
Roar.
Of some beast. Of some beast of great size and ferocious intent. Unfortunately, in the direction that you're heading, but it's with the territory that you guys are going to fight something mean. And this is where the pushing and turning upwards and then walking on the pathway where you've got the river either side of you, this horseshoe-shaped river. It's at this point now where the safe quote marks pathway ends, and at any point now you could encounter something dangerous. How do you guys prepare?
I would like to cast Mage Armor, please. Sorry. Just quickly touch myself. And then I've got Mage Armor on and just push it on, Is that okay?
Yeah, if you want.
Brill, thank you. Mage Armor?
Yeah, perceptions as we travel.
You guys start heading northward, and again, similar to when you were tracking the dwarves before, the ground gives way to the shale and the rock. But hopefully, considering the size of the creature you're here to kill, you will not risk falling into a hole. Eventually, the trees give way entirely. The shale opening. But the ground itself is slightly... It's not mountainous, it's hilly. It has raises and has troughs, and you can hear the roaring getting louder, getting louder, getting louder. And just as you crest one of the last hills as you carefully go, you can see at the tip of the shale, right at the end, a large lizard-like quadruped with a tail twice as long as its body and a large clubbed end. Its back is rows upon rows of horned spikes going backwards down its back. As you are... What?
I owned this dinosaur when I was younger.
As you are looking at an Ankylosaurus.
Yeah.
Little Ben had this like little model
And-
Ankylosaurus.
And the big question is, will the other dinosaur, the Do You Think He Saw Us, we'll find that out next session.
Oh, brilliant. So, is that the end of the session?
Yep, as that,
Oh,
let me announce, this is going to be the very first dinosaur encounter I have ever run.
Yay.
Oh.
I've refused to run them before because I've just never liked the idea of having prehistoric animals in a medieval setting, but
yeah.
no. This is going to be,
Tropical island, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, you know, it's a bit like,
if anywhere here.
yeah, a bit. I would say Galapagos-esque, basically.
Yeah.
That one little touched part of nature where it's like, yeah, there's probably some of those things.
But
Makes sense.
next session, obviously, you guys are going to be fighting an Ankylosaurus and seemingly freeing this plateau for the McFairley's mining operations here. Thank you, Mark, dude, for raiding right at the end. I appreciate it.
Well, how high, Mark?
Yeah, I will raid out, but I'm going to end the recording first. So thank you for people that are listening and watching.